We're doing NFC East and NFC West win total bets for the 2026 NFL season. We've done the AFC already in the past 2 weeks. You can go back in our channel and watch those if you haven't seen those already. But we're going to cover these two divisions. We're also going to revisit the Browns in the wake of the Myles Garrett trade. And of course, we have the Rams coming up in one of these two divisions. So should be an interesting show. We'll talk about some other stuff as well, including the
I
the
don't I don't think we're going to have to do much about the Cleveland Browns, considering when we did them last week, I came up with 3 wins and you came up with 4.5.
Well, maybe we'll have an even better play, So, all right. So before we begin, and we could touch on the NBA Finals as well. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, I'm wearing something from the merch store. It is our money laundering T-shirt, our famous money laundering T-shirt. Everyone loves this. You can get this as well as everything else at the merch store. We have a 15% off sale right now. You can get these shirts in any color. You can get them in hoodie. You can get them in long sleeve, women's tank top, and infant onesie. We have our 2 books. We have Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of these wonderful people on the screen here, and many others. And also a Safety and a Field Goal, which is a top 5 topic book about the NFL. And also, please consider super chats and super stickers. That is the best way to support the show. I've said it so many times. YouTube pays us nothing. So if you guys really want to keep us going, that would be the best way to do so. But we are joined tonight by Andy Iskoe from thelogicalapproach.com. Andy, how are you tonight?
I am doing fine, getting more and more involved in football each day, getting more done, getting a lot done, as a matter of fact. And the second of the major non-point spread books regarding football, the college football, I think I mentioned last week, Athlon came out. That yesterday I picked up Lindy's, which is another good college source for getting prepared for the season. The NFL probably comes out in the next week or two. And the thing, if I recall correctly, what I really like about Lindy's is they give you I think it's the 40-man roster of the NFL teams. And for anybody on the roster, they give little comments. So you'll get backup information for the backup tight ends or the backup linebackers or whatever, which it's kind of neat. It's again, it's good to it's good if you're a fantasy person, for example, to find out things like that. But it's not geared towards handicapping and betting, although it does provide some information that you could use.
I used to love those magazines.
Yeah,
I love those magazines when they came out, especially like the fantasy magazines. We actually talked about it last night a little bit during our fantasy draft that we always do on Tuesdays. But yeah, we had a game tonight, and it just ended. We would have started an hour earlier if it wasn't for the game. The Knicks beat the Spurs. I had a play
worth waiting for.
Yeah, it was a good game. I had a play on the Spurs first half, -2.5. So that hit. I think they won the first half by 7 or something. So
I think it was what, 55-48 maybe.
Yeah. They won by 7, so it was nice. But you told me right before we started recording, and you didn't finish. You said that you didn't have a play beforehand, but you did after, and you said we could look for this maybe next year. So do you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, it's the second time it happened, and it both involved the Knicks. And it just worked out. If you remember the first game of the series against Cleveland, the Knicks had perhaps a little bit too much rest, and I thought there was a good chance they could be rusty early on, even though they were playing at home. And they were facing Cleveland, who 2 nights before had won Game 7 against Detroit. And so they were not really fresh. They won the game. They had one day off and had to travel. So my thought was that I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks come out slowly, gain their rhythm as the game goes on, and by the fourth quarter, they're in sync as they had been, through the last 3 games of the Atlanta series and the 4-game sweep of Philadelphia. Whereas all those games in the, every other night, basically, maybe there was one situation where there were 2 nights in between, but when there was travel involved for the Cleveland-Detroit series, might have shown and taken its toll on Cleveland in the fourth quarter. So while the Knicks were getting their rhythm and the Cavs were getting tired, that's the game where Cleveland had an 8-point lead, had a 22-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Knicks rallied to come all the way back and tie the game. and I think it was 23-16. They were outscored in the first quarter, and 32-18, I believe they outscored Cleveland in the fourth quarter. And then in the overtime, they outscored them 14-3. And I thought we saw a similar situation in this game, because the Knicks finished their sweep against Philadelphia on May 25th, and Cleveland completed its San Antonio completed its 7-game series this past Saturday on May 30th. So the Knicks had like 8 days rest, and San Antonio had only 3. The other thought was, and I think Wemby actually talked about it, that they were still, as of I think yesterday, they were still all psyched about that win over Oklahoma City and getting a chance to play for the championship. But I thought the same thing was, so I did not make a play before the game. I didn't do it in the Knicks in first game of the Knicks series, because I just wasn't thinking of it in those terms, and I had already had a play, I think, on the total in that game, if I recall correctly. I think I had the over in that game, and I think it took the overtime to get that to the over. I think they were tied at 101, if I recall correctly. Anyway, in this game, the line opened 4. Got a bet up when the series ended on Saturday between OKC and the Spurs. The line came out almost across the board, Spurs 4 over the Knicks. It went up to a point where I think it was probably sometime on Sunday. It reached as high as 6 in some places, and then quickly went back down within like 6 hours to 4.5, where it basically sat from either late Sunday night or early Monday morning up through earlier today, where we saw a spattering of 5s. But I said to myself, I'm hoping, when I get the opportunity for the Knicks to fall behind in the first quarter, so that with about 8 or 10 minutes gone, the Spurs are up, and the Knicks get to be an underdog of at least plus 5.5, plus 6. Okay. Now, of course, the Knicks took out to an early lead, but still, as the quarter played out, I believe it was 22-17 with about, 6 or 5 minutes left in the first quarter. And the one of the books I looked at had the Spurs favored by 7.5. So I took the 7.5 at that point, figuring that, okay, the Knicks will start getting into rhythm, and the Spurs might be a little bit tired, or at least the Knicks will be a little bit fresher, recovering from whatever rust they had in the first quarter, and they still would have had extra rest. So by the time that they were in rhythm, the Spurs might feel a little bit fatigued. But then again, I also realized that, in the regular season, they only met 3 times. Once was in that Emirates Cup game, which was here in Vegas, and that was back in, I think, December 13th. And then they met again, I believe it was the 31st of December, and then they met again on March 1st. The Knicks won 2 of the 3 games straight up, and they covered in all 3. And much like I saw with San Antonio against OKC, where including the playoffs, the Spurs and Thunders met 12 times. San Antonio won 8 of those games. So, it was clear when they won, of course, Game 7. Even though I liked OKC in Game 7, I was able to get off it during the contest. San Antonio was able to handle OKC and do things what really no other team had done. What did OKC, I think, lost, maybe 18 games all season? And I think 4 in the regular season were to San Antonio. So basically almost 25% of San Antonio's regular season losses, 4 out of 18 were to the one team, regardless of who it was. It just happened to be the number 2 team in the conference in the overall league. So I gave the Knicks a shot to win this series. I figured that they were going to take 1 out of the 2 games. I wasn't sure that it would be this game, but the way the Knicks had played, there's no quitting this team. And they get stronger as the game goes on, and we've seen that with the blowouts that they had really throughout the I think they had 4, 8, 12 wins in a row or something like that. Let's see, they had 2, 4, 4, 10, 11 wins in a row now. Okay. Yeah. And I think they've covered in all but one of those. I think there was one game in the Philadelphia sweep where they won but did not cover. And the only 2 losses they had, I believe it was games 2 and 3 against Atlanta in the opening series, and both of those were by 1 point. 1 at home, 1 on the road.
Right.
So this is a team. So I jumped at as the line went up. It came down early and then it went back up. I was able to get plus 170 on the Knicks.
Nice.
And
That's pretty good.
now I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything in game two. I mean, the obvious play will be on the Spurs, and you're going to pay for it. In fact, let me just check because I'm sure they already have a lineup, and then we can get into the football after
Yeah,
you.
it's 5.5. Spurs are -5.5. I always have
Yeah.
interest in the first half. I only bet first half.
By the way, I'm saying 5.5, and now it's up to 6, almost
Okay.
across the board. I do see the couple of offshore books that we don't have in Vegas, but they do. But you guys have FanDuel and DraftKings are both at 5.5.
Yep.
One's at -14 vig, the other's at -12. Here in Vegas, everything is pretty much 6 flat. One place, the Golden Nugget has -05, and I think the Westgate, which is using, I think, a 5-cent line now, or actually a 10-cent line, -105 each way. Let me just see if that starts now. Yeah. Right now they have Spurs. It's up to -6, -105. The other places are -10 each way for the for the -6. So the only thing I'm thinking of is it figures to be. I mean, I'm not giving up on the Knicks to win game two.
Right.
The pressure is all on San Antonio because if they end up losing, they now have to go on the road for 3 of the final 5 games. Let's say if it's a 7-game series, and it may not get that far, and they got to win 4 out of the 5.
Right.
So the Knicks are going to go and try and win game 2, but I think that I don't know that I want to lay the money line with the Spurs in game 2. So what I probably will do if I do something before the game, let me just see if they have the money line up yet. For both the game and the series. Let's see. I am showing in game 2, I am showing the Spurs opened -210 to -220, and they're now up to -230 to 240 for game 2. And Knicks are +190 to +200. They see if they've put they have not yet put the adjusted series price up. But
I have that. I have
okay.
that.
Let me see. I'm gonna say the Spurs are maybe -115.
No, this is DraftKings right now, and the Knicks are -140. The Spurs are +120. Yeah.
Whoa, that's a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
And although again, I'll make the comparison because I guess it's somewhat similar. If you go to hockey, with Carolina and Vegas, let me see where the series price is. Oh, I don't see them up here anymore. They were up there. Anyway, the Hurricanes were like -150 or 160, and now the Golden Knights, by virtue of winning game 1 on the road, are -135. I don't see why they took them down now. Maybe they. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I see why. Because I had the. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. They opened. The series opened between -145 and -150. Take back on the Golden Knights about +130. And I took them plus, I think, 135. Now they are 135 to 145 favorites with the take back on Carolina, +125, +120 to 125. But what I was getting to, there might be a nice favorite in a baseball game that I don't feel like playing the run line on, for example, and I just put it. Let's say the Dodgers against some team, and they're like, say, -220. Put them in a 2-team money line parlay that pays probably. Let's see if it's like, what did we say, minus? What I say the line was for like -160, 140 to 160 for game 2. So -140 and -240 probably pays about. I'm going to say plus about 130 to 135 as if it were a straight 135 underdog. So that might be my way to approach game 2.
I will be playing first half again. The Knicks start slowly, and the Spurs are desperate. So I always play first half anyway. So it
let me
works out.
Let me see what the first half line is in that game.
I assume it's 3.5. I would guess.
I'm showing here in Vegas, and I guess it's national too. William Hill opened at -3, okay. And FanDuel. I'm not showing DraftKings right now, but I am showing FanDuel at 3.5.
Yeah, DraftKings does not have it right now. So yeah, I mean, I've
no, I'm sorry. Excuse me on that. No, it's 3.5 in both places.
It's not showing up on DraftKings for some reason, but
it just started. No, I'm sorry. No, in FanDuel it's -3.5, and here at one local place, one local network of casinos, the Boyd Group, it's -3.5.
Okay. Yeah. I think I told you I had a 70-1 future on the Spurs to win the championship. And I
Did you
hedged
do
with
anything with the Knicks
yeah, I
before the
hedged
series?
yeah, I hedged. I stand to win like 7 units, be $700 on if the Knicks
What
win the
what
series.
what what was your price? Good price, 170, 180.
16 plus 160.
Okay, that's not terrible. It went up this afternoon.
Yeah.
The series
Okay.
price.
It was like plus 180, and then like it dropped to
Yeah.
plus 160. I saw that, and
Well,
then
I don't know. I don't think we talked about. Well, maybe we did because you may have had a look ahead price. We didn't know what the series price was going to be, but I seem to recall at some point last week, maybe it was when we did the show, maybe it was a day before, that uh, that the projected line was like minus 270 if it was OKC and minus 250 if it was San Antonio.
yeah.
And then of course, and I think the Knicks had already clinched their spot. And then I think when the OKC San Antonio series won 7 games, they made the adjustment down to I think minus 195 it opened. I still thought that was too high.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
Yeah.
I'll just share these numbers and we can go on to the football. The Knicks, if I can find that here, I may have to go to my email here. So let me do that.
Okay.
Because I wrote it up today. Where am I in the right? Yeah, I'm in the right. Okay, yeah, here it is. I did a rather lengthy write up as far as that, but I gave the Knicks. Okay, Knicks in the playoffs, 6-1 straight up, 5-2 against the spread at home, 6-1 straight up in ATS on the road. Spurs coming into the finals, 6-3 straight up and ATS both at home and on the road. But more recently, over the Knicks in their last 53 games, which dates back to January 21st, the Knicks are 40-13 straight up. That's a little bit over 75%. 34-19 ATS, 20-5 straight up, 18-7 against the spread. At home, 20-8 straight up, 16-12 on the road, and even more recently over the last 30 games, dating back to the final month of the regular season and the playoffs, 24-6 straight up, 19-11 against the spread, 13-2 straight up, 11-4 ATS at home, 11-4 straight up, 8-7 on the road ATS. So the point is that coming into this series, I didn't really do it for any other team, either OKC or San Antonio, because I can't see anyone having a record better than 40-13. Well, maybe OKC did because they ended up with just 18 losses, but they also lost again 4 out of 5 to the Spurs. But the Knicks were not given much credit, but that's an entirely different team, and you do that over 53 games. That told me that the Knicks had a shot to win, and that price of 185 to 190 was too high. Now that doesn't mean San Antonio can't run 4 in a row off. They can, just like Carolina, after losing at home to Montreal, the Eastern Conference Finals, then won 4 straight. But I don't think the difference between San Antonio and the Knicks is as great as was the difference between as between Montreal and the Hurricanes.
Yeah, I remember that something similar happened in the 2001 finals with the Sixers and Lakers with that team with Shaq and Kobe. The Sixers won game 1 when there was that famous clip where Iverson stepped over Tyronn Lue in overtime, and then the Sixers won that game in LA, and then the Lakers won 4 in a row after that.
Yeah.
So, things can swing for sure.
It could. Yeah. The difference here is and I know people make a big deal of it, and probably more than they should at this point, but the relative inexperience of the Spurs making it all the way to the finals this year as compared to the Knicks, who won a playoff series 2 years ago, lost to the Pacers in last year's Eastern Conference final, and then took the next step this year, in addition to the way they're playing. But, San Antonio can certainly and I wonder again, as I mentioned, I think I didn't mention before we came on here, but I think I did when we started, and that is that Wemby was still thinking. I think it was Monday night they were still getting over the fact that they beat the defending champ Thunder and made it into the final. So there may have been a little bit of a carryover impact. I'm not quite sure how much that was, but. I'm looking forward to the rest of this series. And from a fan standpoint, forget about the betting. I hope it goes 7 games, and I hope the Knicks win. But I hope it goes 7 games.
Well, with the future, I hope the Spurs win. So we're at odds there, but we'll see. It should be fun.
How much of your futures bet on the Spurs did you protect?
So it was 50 to win 3,500, and I spent I think like 200 of it.
What did you say? $50,
50 to win 3,500. Yeah.
3,500. Okay.
Yeah. I spent $200 or $300 on it on the Thunder, and then
Okay.
I like I said, I stand to win 700.
Which was a little different because you had to lay a price with OKC,
Yeah.
unless you
Yeah.
played it during the series when San Antonio was up.
No. Well, there's one game where I bet
Okay.
that was it, that game 3 or something, where the Spurs went up big, and then I bet the Thunder at like plus 7.5 or something.
Okay.
So whatever. So that kind of counted, but I stand to win 700 if the Knicks win, and I mentioned this last night.
What did you say your price was? Plus 160
Plus
something?
160. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't go for a little bit more than that.
Well,
As the
yeah.
hedge.
I mean, I felt more confident on the Spurs anyway, but
Because I'll tell you before you continue, what I normally do in a situation like that, and I want to hedge, especially when I'm getting on the hedge, when I'm getting a plus price as you were, okay.
Yeah.
I like to try and hedge as close to where it doesn't matter which side wins, I come out the same.
Okay.
In other words, you still have a gamble because you do much better if the Spurs win. My approach would be bet enough on the Knicks so that whatever the payoff is, minus whatever you, especially since you only bet 50 on the Spurs, although you do have the other hedge that you put in there on OKC, has to be factored in what your bottom line profit is going to be. And what I normally do is, because, as much as I may have a strong opinion, let's say, as you have on the Spurs, these teams reach this far, they can both win. The fact that I may love one side doesn't mean I'm going to be right. So the thing that I do is I say, okay, maybe if I want to hedge just a little bit, but even then I'm saying if I'm going to do a little bit, why don't I do a lot? Why don't I do what I said, that I don't care who wins the series. I'm going to do the same either way. And that will have been a successful transaction from open to close, because I don't care. Not that I don't care about the result, but the result is going to be the same.
Yeah, and you're gonna say I'm a fool for not betting them more, because
no, not at all.
No. Just listen to this. Like, I mentioned this last night, and I wanted to give DraftKings credit, because not even credit. I mean, they did a great thing, I thought, where the Charles Schwab Challenge last week for golf. I bet the first round leaders, and I had 2 of them, but there were 6, so it split 6 ways.
Right.
And and then I hedged with someone else, and he tied, so he was like the 3rd guy. So I had 3 of the 6 who tied for first place for first round leader, and he was like a minus 170 or something. It was just like I said,
the hedge. The third guy who you did for protection,
right? It was
like betting a McElroy and 2 other guys with decent odds.
Yeah, it was Lee Hodges, and he was one ahead of everyone heading into the final hole, and he actually bogeyed, and that's why he tied with everyone.
Oh.
But anyway, what happened was DraftKings reached out to me, and they gave me $300 in free bets because of that dead heat loss, or I lost on that bet because it was a minus 170 or something. And
Wait, say that again.
So
I thought you said they all ended up tied.
Yeah, but so I won money on the other 2 that I bet pre-tournament, but the third one was minus 170, and so in a 6-way dead heat, that actually lost me money. It's like 300 to win like 80 or something, or 50.
Oh, okay.
Or 340
in other words,
to win 80.
It would have been. In other words, originally it was 320 to win 100, or was it? Was it plus 320?
I think it was 340 to win something, or 200. I can't remember. What
it was. Yeah. Okay. In other words, you laid minus 340 to win 200 at minus 170. Had he been the sole leader.
Right.
Okay.
So anyway, they reimbursed me for the losses that I had in that dead heat hedge, and they gave me $300 in bonus bets. So
they reimbursed you. You said.
Yeah, and they.
So in other words, they restored it to your account and gave you $300 in bonus bets.
Yeah. Well, they gave me the 300. So anyway, I bet that free $300 on the Knicks. So I didn't even spend the money on the hedge.
So in other words, your hedge was because of the free bets, not cash out of pocket or cash out of the account.
Well, I would have done it anyway. But I was like, hey, why not just spend this on the on the free bets? So I really should have done more.
That's even more of a reason to go for more than 700 because let's say you bet 300 of your own, you stood to collect 1,400 instead of just 700, and it would have cost you 300 to do that, which you were probably going to be willing to do anyway.
Exactly. That's why I said you call me a fool for not betting more.
No, that's not
free,
a
fool.
No, it may be a fool only to the extent that you could have bet some because you basically had a free roll for 300.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But if the Spurs win game 2, the prices I think will adjust to what it was before game 1. So
I'm not sure because the Knicks will still have the home court advantage for 3 of the next 5.
That's true. So maybe it'll be like plus 130 or something.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So we'll see.
On who? On the Spurs?
No, the Knicks plus 130. If the Spurs win game 2.
Oh, okay.
Maybe something like that.
Oh, okay.
Evan made a killing tonight on the rebound props. I feel like I would have lost all of them if I bet them.
What did he take, the Knicks?
No, he bet Josh Hart 14 plus rebounds at 9 plus 920, and he had Victor Wembanyama over 11.5 rebounds at plus 400, and then there was someone else I can't see here. Evan could tell me what that is. But he put these guys. He had Cat, Hart, Champagne. They call him Champagne, but I call him Champagne. He had so he had a bunch of guys here that I think he won all of them. Looks like.
Well, let's see. You had Hart with 15. You had Towns with 12.
Yeah, he put it right here. He had Hart with 10, 12, and 14. Wemby with 8, 10, 12, and 14. Cat with 10, 12, 14, and 16.
Oh, nice. So he laddered it. Yeah.
Yeah, I never win these. Like I try, like I'm down like $1,000 on these.
Well, the Knicks have been really, really good rebounding really throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, you hit all. I hit none. That's how it works for me.
I had my souvenir good luck charm with me tonight.
What's that? Nice.
Look at the date.
I got it in large. 69-70. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was their first NBA championship.
Wow. That goes back.
And they did win. What was it, 2 years later or 3 years later? I think against beat the Lakers for the second time in 3 trips to the final over the 4 years.
Was that Willis Reed year?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, this was the. He's actually one of the 2 guys, along with Dave DeBusschere, on the cover. But this was the season. This is not the season after they won the title. This is the season that they won the title.
I see.
So a little premonition that Willis was going to be the big guy, but he was really he and Clyde Frazier were the 2 guys. They had a great team. DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, Cassie Russell.
I remember those. Yeah, I remember hearing about the names. Obviously, don't remember those teams, but I know the names. He hit multiple of 5 plus 500 plus 600 plus 1,000 plus 1,200 plus 2,000.
Nice.
Can't wait for game 2. Well, Evan, I'm going to start doing it, and you're going to lose because I'm starting to do it. He wants to cash me out of the Knicks 15-1. He already had Spurs plus 550 before game 6 last round. Yeah, never cash out. Always hedged. It's always better to do that. Okay, how about we get into football? As we did a half hour on the NBA.
Wow, we have that long already. Wow.
I know. We have 9 teams to get to. 9 teams because the Browns made the trade with Myles Garrett. We can go through them very quickly. We already had the under. You're not bad luck.
That's why. I'm not. Well, look, put it this way: I'm not going to change any losses or toss-ups to wins for Cleveland.
Sure. Yeah. Agreed.
And I only had them for 3 wins. What's their season win total? I thought I saw it was still 5.5.
Well, it was 6.5 last week.
Yeah, and I saw 5.5 the other night, so I don't know where it is now. Maybe
I'm pulling it up right now. I made this fancy graphic. Well, actually, ChatGPT made this fancy graphic.
As of when? As of yesterday, like?
As of 2 hours ago during the game.
Okay, even better.
Yeah, I did this during halftime. So the Browns, the best number for them, the over is 5.5 plus 112. The best under for them is 5.5 plus 130. So you get arbitrage there if you want it. I don't see how they win 6 games. I don't see how they win 5 games. Yeah, we had it under already.
Well, that's why I said at the very top, it's not going to take very long to do anything about Cleveland. We've taken up about as much time as we need because now it would be different if we had done the Rams and we wanted to take a look at them because they are positively impacted from the trade. Okay. I mean, yes, you do have to concern yourself a little bit, but I still think it's a positive. Giving up giving up an asset to getting what is considered a better asset. Okay,
Right.
as opposed to Cleveland giving up an asset and getting an asset that's not as good as the asset you gave up, versus really good, but not as good as Myles Garrett. At the same time, it's at a position that is not likely to make much of an impact compared with the rest of the team. I mean, I don't know how much we factored in Myles Garrett as far as giving, for me, giving any of the 3 wins I gave Cleveland, and you giving any of the 4.5, although your 4.5 and maybe to a certain extent my 3 had to do with a couple of toss-up games, but there couldn't have been very many. So,
Yeah.
I still look. I gave him 3 wins. What'd you say? It was +1 something on the under 5.5.
The best under is 5.5 plus 130 on DraftKings. Seems phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, and again, our numbers, our projections, my 3 and your 4.5 don't have to be correct.
Yeah.
They're just opinions, and they could change when we do it again. In another 4 or 5 weeks, whenever it is we have a chance to think things over and reevaluate things as training camps start, etc. But the thought being that with any NFL news this week, the New York Giants signed 3 receivers, including Odell Beckham Jr. But
that was the big news before the Garrett trade.
Oh, it was actually after.
Oh, was it? I thought it was before.
I'm pretty sure it was after. Maybe the Berrios one was before. I may have heard that one on over the weekend before the Monday announcement. But I guess getting back to where we were here is that I can't see this affecting Cleveland positively. And they still don't have a resolution at the quarterback situation. And it's a first-year coach that doesn't have much to work with. And the trade of Myles Garrett, even getting Verse back and getting the draft choices, it was obvious that Cleveland was going to be rebuilding. But for those knuckleheads who are still, loyal Cleveland Brown fans and believe in their team, that proved it. That's
Andy, there's one thing I have to correct you, because the coach of the Browns said they have 2 starting caliber quarterbacks on the team.
Well, he must have been consulting with Mia Kime.
I'm wondering which ones. Is it Dylan Gabriel? Which ones?
I forgot about him.
I really don't know which one is he referring to.
Who are they? Are they looking at Watson now as the likely starter?
I would think so. Yeah. I mean, he tore his Achilles. It doesn't seem like he's going to do well.
No, but I mean, from what they've seen in the OTAs so far, that is he close to 100% healed? He should be by this point.
I guess it's always tough to come back from the torn Achilles, because he tore it twice.
When did he re-tear it?
He tore it the first time in the middle of the 2024 season, and then he re-tore it in January 2025.
2025, not 2026. Yeah. So 2025. So he missed the entire season.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna say. So in other words, what do they usually say? That's the ACL, right?
No, the Achilles.
The Achilles. I'm sorry. What do they say? The Achilles is what? Usually about 12 to 14 months minimum.
It might be long, because Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles in the first game with the Jets, and then the next year he was awful. And then he bounced back a little bit this year, but you could tell he just wasn't.
Well, he had a good year the second year with the Jets.
Did he? I feel like he did not.
Yeah.
I don't know. And same thing with Kirk Cousins. He tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
He was having that great year with Minnesota, and then he tore his Achilles. He went to Atlanta, and then he was so bad that he got benched for Penix at the end of the year.
I seem to remember Rodgers having a better year the second year. The second year of the 2 years he was there. He was there 2 years, right? Not 3.
Yeah,
2.
2 years. Yeah. I don't recall that. I know he had a decent first game against. He had a decent third game against the Patriots. I remember it was the Thursday night game, and he blew out the Patriots, and they're chanting it like MVP at the Meadowlands.
Was that Jets fans?
Yeah. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. But
let me just see something here.
Yeah. Anyway, while you're looking that up, I will say this. I wrote up the season preview for the Browns so far. Now I don't publish any of this until I'm done all of them, just so I don't have to make any corrections as I go.
Yeah. By the way, here's what Rodgers had in that second year. He did play and start all 17 games.
Mhm.
Completed 63%. Had a QB rating of 90.5. 3,900 yards. 28-11 touchdown. Was sacked 40 times. So that to me, that's not a bad year for a bad team.
Okay, I don't seem to remember that him doing that well, but anyway.
Well, we probably weren't paying too much attention to the Jets that year. Seriously,
I mean,
you know,
I watched every game twice, and that's probably true.
Yeah, but how long do you stay awake in Jet games through 4 quarters?
It's pretty tough. I'm out by the middle of the first, so it's pretty rough.
I'm out by the end of the national anthem. That's from a Jets fan.
Your camera went out like at perfect timing.
Yeah, which is interesting because it shows that it's not out.
Oh, now it's back. It was.
Oh no, the light was on, but the camera was X'd out, but the light was on. So I just clicked the camera, and now everything's back. Yeah.
It's like a poltergeist haunting your camera. It's so strange. Anyway,
I think that poltergeist signed like a 15-year contract for me, and we're only in year 2.
I hope he's paid well. I was going to say this about the Browns.
You just jinxed it there.
I know. About the Browns, I wrote them up in my season preview before the Garrett trade. I had them at 5-12, so that kind of matches the 4.5 wins that I had. I corrected it. I went through the schedule again, and now I have them at 3-14. So I dropped.
Now, do you remember who you had the wins against when you had the 5 wins? Now, by the way, did you do that with the toss-up games, or was it strictly win or lose?
It's win or lose for my simulation, but I had them. I gave the Steelers a win that I had the Browns winning, and I gave the Bengals, by the way. I had the Bengals losing to the Browns in Cleveland because they always lose to the Browns in Cleveland.
So in other words, you had them split with the Bengals and split with the Steelers.
Yes. And now I've sweeps. No, sorry. The Browns sweeping the Steelers, and I had them splitting. I had them splitting with the Bengals.
So 3 of their 5 wins came against Steelers and Bengals.
Yeah, and now I have
Steelers and Bengals.
Bengals. Yeah, now I've been splitting with the Steelers and getting swept by the Bengals. And I was about to say, like, they always lose in Cleveland, but it's always Myles Garrett who gives Joe Burrow trouble, and now he's gone. So, even though Jared Verse is really good, he's no Myles Garrett. So I feel like it would be a close game, but the Bengals will win this time. And I guess they did last time as well last year, but they were outgained by 200 yards.
Who were the other 2 wins?
I could tell you right now. I have it open. I'm running through the schedule. I have him. Okay, losing to the Jaguars, losing to the Buccaneers, losing to the Panthers. I've been beating the Steelers week 4 on Thursday night. I have been losing to the Jets, losing to the Ravens, losing to the Titans, losing to the Steelers.
Where's the Jets game?
In New York.
Okay.
I'm losing to the Saints. I have them beating the Texans because I think the Texans, it's like a rough spot for the Texans. I don't know exactly what that is. I can tell you if you really want to know.
Where's it at? Is it at Cleveland?
It's at Cleveland, yeah.
Okay.
And then I have them beating the Raiders at home. And I think that's it. Then I'm losing to the Bengals, losing to the Falcons, losing to the Giants, losing to the Ravens, losing to the Colts, and then losing to the Bengals again.
See, the one I question, I don't question the Raiders.
Yeah.
But I question the Texans because of their defense. This could be a 6-3 game.
Yeah, I have a 16-15, so
Okay.
I feel like my thought was CJ Stroud on regressing against a tough defense, still a tough defense, and the Texans have a Thursday night game coming up after that against the Colts. So maybe a look ahead. In Cleveland, cold weather, perhaps. Just all these factors. I'm like, what the Texans, every team loses one game they should win for most of the time, So that's.
Oh yeah, but I think that I wouldn't be shocked if it happens. I mean, it's in the NFL, but I mean, I could see the Texans losing a different game that they should win.
Yeah, and by the way, it's also the fourth factor. It's also the Deshaun Watson revenge game. So that's It's four
Yeah, but
things.
didn't you say they already played once since he
Yeah, but it was his
went to
first game
Cleveland?
coming back from injury, or suspension, I guess.
Well, then
So
every game is a revenge game, something like that. I
I know,
mean,
but like he's gonna be amped for that game. Like that means more to him, even though he's had
yeah, but
one.
how is the matchup? Deshaun Watson going up against the Houston defense versus C.J. Stroud going up against a Myles Garrett-less Cleveland team.
Well, Cleveland's defense is still pretty good. They have a lot of talent, like on a lot of places. So I have bet 16-15. It's not like I had the Browns scoring a lot. I think both.
And
both
by the way,
offenses
how about the other factor? I imagine you may have put in there the change in coaching from Stefanski to
Monken.
Monken. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, it's Todd Monken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there are two Monkens.
I've been winning 3 games. It's
okay. No, you haven't winning 5. You said.
No, before I had winning 5. Yeah. Now I'm winning 3.
Who were the 3 that you had? Who were the 5 that you had? Or, well, you may have had a couple of toss-ups there.
Yeah, it was the Steelers and Bengals that I took off. That I had. I've been sweeping the Steelers, and I'm splitting with the Bengals, and now I am losing both those games. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been beating the Steelers on Thursday night, travel for Pittsburgh, whatnot. So what'd you before we get to the two divisions, what'd you think about the trade for with Garrett? For both.
I liked it. I mean, the Rams gave up a lot, but it's not unusual that they're all in, and they should be all in. I mean, they've been it's the last 7 years they've been to 2 Super Bowls, losing to the Patriots in a close game and beating the Bengals in a close game.
Mm-hmm.
This team is built to win. I still say that they were even though, and I loved Seattle all year last year, I still felt the Rams were the best team. Seattle probably second, probably the 3 teams, Seattle, San Francisco, and the Rams were all really good last year. I didn't really see any, so I thought the Eagles were down a little bit as far as that went, especially with the change in offensive coordinator with Kellen Moore going to New Orleans. I didn't see anybody. Well, I didn't see the NFC North being as strong as they were the year before when you had Detroit winning 15 and Minnesota winning 14. So I felt the strength was going to be in the NFC West with the exception of Arizona. So the Rams gave up a lot, but they have to realistically be looking at Stafford being their quarterback this year, possibly next year, and then they turn it over to Simpson if Stafford is gone. And I think that if that's the case, and if he's not a starter, splitting time with Stafford, it might very be that. So what are we talking about? 26, 27, in 2028, the Rams might be in the rebuild phase.
Yeah.
So
yeah, with no
I think
draft
they're looking
picks.
at this year and this year and next year, I think are the 2 years that the Rams figure to be contenders in both years. And they'll have to be in a rebuild year because they won't have any draft picks. So they'll either have to sign some really good free agents or just suffer the growing pains. And you have to also think, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens this year, McVay will be gone. He might go if they win the Super Bowl this year. He's not, been his alluding to his desire to leave coaching and go into the booth.
Yeah, and he didn't look too happy in the Simpson press conference either. So,
but didn't they say that they had met, they had talked or something before that? I think.
Cue up. I don't know
who to believe.
I don't know if you've seen The Office, but cue the Jim Halpert. Yeah, sure, if you say so. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Well.
So yeah, I don't know. That draft pick didn't make any sense for me to begin with, and it makes even less sense now.
See, the reason I didn't mind it is because the Rams really are pretty strong all over, so they were going to largely draft for depth. Now, who's the backup behind Simpson if he's number 2?
It's Stetson Bennett, the 4th.
You feel comfortable with Stetson Bennett if Stafford goes down?
I don't feel comfortable with Simpson if Stafford goes
down.
Well,
we don't know about him yet. We really don't.
He reminds me of JJ McCarthy coming out. I don't like him.
I think he's much better than JJ McCarthy.
Well, they went around the same. He went later in a weaker draft than McCarthy did.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. He went where he went, and I think a lot of people were critical of where McCarthy went in that draft. I thought he was overrated to begin with.
I think people were critical where Simpson went too. I didn't think he belonged in the first round.
Well, I think they were because of the team he went to. But the Rams, I think, thought it through well, and they basically were saying, okay, we are a Super Bowl team. We don't think Stetson Bennett is the kind of guy who can come in, and if he has to play 4 or 5 games for Stafford, we don't know about Simpson, but we like what we saw. We know he was well coached under. I don't know if he played under Saban at all. He played under the guy who's there now. Who is it from Washington? DeBoer.
Yeah.
So I just I'll trust the fact that some organizations are better at others, and the Rams have been pretty good at acquiring talent since McVay's been there.
Yeah, well, not through first round picks because they haven't had any.
They haven't had any. Well, but
exactly.
the point is that they see a need, and they don't know the timing of the need. But I think they want to be prepared, and maybe part of it is because they don't have that many future draft choices. They want to be able to basically pick up where they leave off with Stafford when he's gone.
Personally, I would have drafted Vega Wane. You saw what Gray Zabel did for the Seahawks. I think he could have done the same thing for the Rams. Anyway, we have might as well begin with the Rams, and I really like this.
Oh, we got you. We're gonna. Oh, you want to do the NFC West first?
Well, I figured it's a nice segue to the Rams.
Okay.
But we can start with whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, I had it written Dallas and the other way, but we can start with the NFC West.
Okay.
Want to start with the Rams or Arizona?
Well, I figured it segued to the Rams because we were talking about Garrett, and I did like this trade for both teams. I think it made a lot of sense. The Rams are all in.
Yeah,
right
to answer
now.
your question, I do like it for the Browns as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, wasn't a really logical move to re-sign Garrett, without trading him, because by the time the Browns are ready to make a serious playoff push, he's not going to be anywhere like close to his prime. So he's going to be on the decline by then. We don't even know if he's still going to be in the league by then because we know the Browns. So why not get more assets for him?
Boy, you're basically saying it's going to take 8 to 10 years for the Browns to be competitive.
Well,
or where they're as contenders.
Well, last night I said the same thing to Kenny. He's like, well, they're never going to win. So 8 to 10 years is very brief compared to never.
I think they will regret giving up on Stefanski.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
He wasn't the problem.
No, of course not. No, he butted heads with the ownership. That's why they fired him. It's because they wanted him to play.
You can't fire the owner, so you fire the players or the coaches.
Yeah, they wanted him to use Sanders. He didn't want to use Sanders. He went with Gabriel instead, and then he eventually did.
And now, if I were Stefanski in that case, I would have gone to the owner and said, "I'll start Sanders. Give me a 2-year contract extension." Right. Because we're not going to win with Sanders, and I'm going to be out of a job.
Right. Yeah, maybe he should have.
That's how you do it with owners like that.
Yeah, I mean, he took them to the playoffs twice. That's
exactly.
Impressive. Yeah.
Who was the last coach to take the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs? And I'm talking about the new Cleveland or the Oakland. Sam Ratigliano in the 1980s.
That was Butch Davis in 2002 with Kelly Holcomb as his quarterback.
Well, that's 1 year. Did they make it back to back?
Oh, back to back. Sorry.
Or 2 years? Or 2 years rather?
No. I sorry. I missed the back to back. But
I'm not. I didn't mean back to back. 2 years during his coaching tenure.
Oh, okay. No, it was Even Belichick did it once. And Butch Davis did it once too. Kelly Holcomb in the playoff game against the Steelers, he threw for 417 yards, but they lost. Antoine Randall had a kickoff return or punt return, I think. Anyway, I do like this for both teams. As I was saying, the Rams, they were the favorites to win before Garrett. Now they're plus 550 or to plus 650. I know DraftKings had plus 650. We talked about that via text.
Yeah, I think when we texted the other day, and I think I saw that after the trade was announced, they were plus 500 at Westgate. They were plus 640, I believe, at Circa, and at a couple of other places around town. They were plus 600, 6-1. And I think my thought was back when we were talking about the Rams a few weeks ago, I think in a different context, context, that they have that tough start to the season with the game in Australia against the 49ers. Then I think they play the Giants on a Monday night. And then they have 3 straight playoff games. I think Buffalo, Denver, and I don't remember who else is in there. That, if you wanted to get a better number, if you didn't want to bet the Rams at 7-1, which was the price, they go 2-3 or 3-2 in those first 5. And maybe from 7-1, they go to, 9-1 or 17-2 or something like that. Well, now with Garrett in there, I don't see that being the kind of start. And I don't think that even if they started 2-3 or 3-2, that there would be much, if any, adjustment to their Super Bowl odds, considering what Garrett brings to this team. Yeah, there's a loss with Verse, but again, hey, Aaron Donald's washing up his dirty uniforms.
Yeah, I know.
And I think he's going to join him.
Yeah, that's that would be pretty crazy.
He knows what it's like to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And he knows that the team is going after a Super Bowl. With what the moves they made.
Yeah. DraftKings had plus 650 on when the trade was made on Monday, and now it's plus 550. Caesars is plus 600. The worst odds I found are Kalshi at plus 489. So sometimes they have great odds.
What's the best odds that you've seen?
Plus 600 on Caesars.
Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't check. Well, Circa may be down also.
I don't have access to Circa. I don't have access to Circa. So
you will in a couple of months when you're out here.
Oh yeah, out there. Yeah. Not here though. Okay. Anyway, so let's get to the Rams. So we as if you guys didn't watch these past 2 episodes, we do win, loss, and toss up. Toss up counts as half a win, and then eventually we will redo this with no toss ups. But this is our first look at the schedule here, and so we begin in Australia Thursday, September 10th. The 49ers and Rams in Australia. How do you think that game's going to go? For me, it's I feel like it's a toss up.
Yeah, I have to give it a toss up. The conditions, the travel, the fact that they were both 12-5 last year. It came down to the end of the season, so I'm going to go toss up. I'm going to note that it's San Francisco game 1, and you're also going toss up.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so they come back with no bye, obviously, because it's week 2. They play Monday night, so a little bit extra rest. Not sure how much that's going to matter, flying all that way home. Yeah. They play at home against the New York.
I don't think it's going to matter, even though they have to fly all the way home. You're talking 11 days.
We don't know. I mean, we've never seen this before. So
no, but I mean, it's they come home from Brazil, and some teams do well, some teams don't. It's a little bit different, but they're only playing like 8 days later.
Yeah, but Brazil, there's it's a much shorter flight, and there's no time zone difference.
No, even London. Even you come back from London. If you don't take the bye, you play the next week. So I don't, if they were coming back on, if this were a Thursday night game instead of a Wednesday night game, and even if they played the next Sunday or Monday, I wouldn't make that much of a big deal out of it.
Okay. Well, the week 2 game is at home at night against the Giants. Monday night. I have a win here. What do you have?
I have a win.
All right. I feel like we're not gonna have to do too much analysis on these Rams games. The easy ones, I mean. And so it's a tough schedule because they fly home from Australia and then they have a short week at Denver. You know me. I'm not a fan of.
What do you mean a short week? 6 days later.
Well, no, they play Monday and then they go to Sunday, so it's a short week for them.
I don't consider that a short week.
It's still.
I mean, it's not a full 7 days, but it's not going from like a Sunday to a Thursday.
Right.
That's a short week.
But that's for both.
Sunday
teams.
is 3 days later, from Monday to Sunday.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, the Thursday games are short weeks.
I'll tell you what.
Teams.
You can make it a factor. I don't.
Okay.
I'd say 90% of the situations I don't.
I take
always.
When I make my spreads, I take a half a point and give it to the other team when that happens.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been detrimental for teams in the past.
Oh,
But
do you have the numbers on that?
yes, it's 49.7% against the spread. So
50-50. That's 50-50.
yeah, pretty close. Yeah,
Which means
um,
it's a toss-up.
yeah,
Not the game. I'm just saying the effect is not really, now if it was 60-40 or maybe even 57-43, now I have to assume that there are a lot of data points in that sample.
yeah. So that's since '89. So I like to do since
That's a long time.
2010. Since 2010 is 48.8%.
That's
These
still
teams
pretty close.
It's pretty close, yeah. But you made the
I
point.
usually use like a 3% margin of error either way around 50. So 47-53 to me is not terribly significant unless we're talking like 1,000 occurrences.
Yeah, you made the point before that it's tougher for bad teams to recover on shorter preparation time than better teams, and that factors in. So losing teams after Monday and playing on Sunday, they're 47% as opposed to the 48.8% that all teams are.
So the good teams are probably 49 point something.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But to offset the 47.
Yeah.
By the way, how do you classify a losing team? Do you go by your ABCDF or do you go by win-loss record? Or
I just did win percentage less than 50%.
Oh, okay.
It's just a quick look up for me.
That's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we have week 3 at Denver. You know how I feel about Denver. So I'm going to give the Rams a win in Mile High. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a toss-up.
Okay.
Only it's on the road against a team that won what they win 14 games last year.
Yeah. But
altitude.
Right.
You're giving the Rams a win though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think this Denver team's that good. So, all right. So we have a back-to-back game.
Do you have them? I don't go back. Did you have them splitting with the Raiders?
No, I think I had them sweeping the Raiders. I think.
Oh my God, your opinion on the Raiders must be they won't win a game.
Actually,
considering your opinion on Denver.
I actually think that we had the same number on Denver. I have it on this. I have it here. I have it on this page. I had you had them at 10 wins. I'm 9.5. So it's not much of a difference actually.
So they're not terrible. They're just not as good as they're not as good as their numbers might suggest.
Well, you only had them half a win more than I did. So
well, that's what I'm saying. But that's a playoff team. So that's so if I had them, what I say, 10 and you had 9.5. To me, that's a playoff team. So I have to respect the home field for a playoff caliber team, especially at altitude.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like they didn't do too well at home last year. They did against Dallas, but they almost lost to the Giants. They got crushed by the
beat
Jaguars.
Cincinnati pretty handily.
Well, Jake Browning. I know.
Well, even so, every game stands on its own though. But okay, you can give them a win. I'm going to give them a toss-up.
All right.
And the reason is because I'm going to find, and I haven't gone through it yet, but I'm going to find tough places where I say, that's a loss. I think the Rams are in every game they play.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I'll get to 16, 17 wins, but I might get to 14. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. We'll okay. We have week 4 at the Eagles, 1:00 game, which is great for McVay. He has a great track record in these games. And they had the Eagles on the ropes last year. The Eagles came back and they won because of that blocked field goal.
Yeah.
Which
and they nearly beat them in the playoffs the year before.
Yeah, which is going to make the year of the bad beat book, of course.
How are you doing on that, by the way?
I took a hiatus for my season previews. Once I'm done my previews, then I'm gonna write every day, and I'm gonna finish it.
Because you're gonna have to add them, week by week this season.
Oh yeah,
there'll be bad beats.
It's only the year of the bad. Well, year of the bad beats only from last year. So
okay. I thought it was a collection of the last few years.
Oh no!
But then you see that's smart marketing because if you like the 2025 bad beats, wait 6 months and you'll get the 2024 version and then the 2023 version.
Oh, I
good marketing. I like that, Walt. Yeah.
Yeah, next year 2026. Yeah, I mean.
No, I'm not saying working backwards.
Yeah.
As you accumulate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Eagles. I have them winning in Philadelphia. The Eagles are worse this year than they were last year, potentially. I'm not well, we'll talk about them later, I guess. But considering that they were way up on the Eagles the last time they met, and the Rams are better now with Garrett, and the Eagles might be a little bit worse, especially with AJ Brown gone. I will have the Rams winning this game. What do you think?
And I still got this one as a toss-up on the road.
Okay. All right. Monday night, week 5. Once again, Monday night for the Rams. They host the Bills. It's 2 of the 3-4 best teams in the league right here. The Rams aren't home, and it's a night game, which helps. But I think this will be a toss-up. What do you think?
See, and I've got the Rams winning this one.
Oh, why do you feel differently about this one?
No, I think that this by far is the best team that they will have faced so far.
Yeah.
You can make an argument San Francisco. I think Buffalo's better than San Francisco. And they're getting him at home, and they're getting him on Monday night.
So you had the win instead of toss-up?
I have a win here instead of a toss-up.
But I mean, what's the difference here? Like, why are you so much more confident here than the other games?
Because they are the best team. This will be the best team they face, which would normally think that they should have, pretty good focus for this game, knowing it could be a potential team that they'll have to beat late, and they'll be a little bit, well prepared. And they'll be coming off if, as I say, the last 2 games are toss-ups. They could easily be coming off of 1 or 2 losses at Denver, at Eagles in back-to-back weeks.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Week 6.
And by the way, if they happen to beat both Denver and the Eagles on the road, they probably come about a 3-point favorite over Buffalo.
Oh, I would suspect it to be like 3.5 even, with all the hype, if they're unbeaten. They could be 4 even, just with all the hype with Garrett and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, short rest for the Rams. How could they possibly beat the Cardinals on short rest? I think this could be like 52-3. The Rams easily here.
Yeah.
I assume,
it's hard to argue on that. The only way I could consider it even being a toss-up is if they had to play 10 against 11.
Yeah, right. Okay, week 6, or is that week 7 actually?
Week 7 coming up.
Week 7 at the Raiders. They do have a game against the Chargers coming up. I don't think it'll matter. I had the Rams winning this game. What do you think?
I do as well.
Okay. Week 8, neutral site game in LA. The Rams versus Chargers. Technically, the Rams are the home team, but I don't think it matters. I love the Chargers, but I think the Rams are better. So I'm going to give the Rams the win. What do you think?
I'm going to call this one a toss-up.
Okay.
2 really good coaches, Harbaugh, Jim and McVay.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have them coming off of wins against, where did I say, week 3, 4, 5, potential wins against the Eagles. No, I had a toss-up against the Eagles. That's week 4. The Bills and the Cardinals and the Raiders. So they beat a really good team in the Bills. Then they beat 2 of the weaker teams in the league in the Cardinals and the Raiders. So they really haven't been tested the last 2 weeks. This could be a spot where they're a little bit flat against a team that is second-class citizens in LA and a good team. Once again, consider they were 10-7 last year with like no offensive line, or at least no significant part of the, left part of the offensive line.
Yeah.
And coaching, Harbaugh.
What a shame that this is a 4:05 game. Like, I feel like this could be a Monday night, Sunday night sort of deal.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not even 4:25.
Well, I don't know when they start flexing, if they start that early.
I don't know.
Because anyway. that is only week 8.
Yeah.
That's almost halfway through the season.
Right.
All right. Is halfway.
Yeah. Week 9 at
so I've got that one as a toss-up. You've got the Charger game as a Rams win.
Yes. Okay. I have week 9 at the Redskins. And we're going to talk about them as well. Obviously, I think they'll win this game. The Redskins could be really good this year if Jane Daniels stays healthy and the defense is improved. Which I think both things could happen, but I don't know. It's hard to be super confident, especially after what happened last year. But I'll give the Rams the win. What do you have?
Yeah, I've got it as a win because I just think they have significant edges on both sides of the football.
Okay. All right. I'll jot that down. Okay. So the next game at Arizona, usually the second time, if there's a blowout, the team's more competitive, the team that gets blown out. But there's just way too much of a talent disparity here. The Rams will win this one easily again. What do you think?
Let me see here. I've got a win also.
Okay.
I again, it's a team that this is what week did they play the Cardinals?
The first time was 3, 4, 5, 6. Week 6.
Week 6.
Yeah, and then week 10.
Okay, wait. Week 6. Let me just mark that. Arizona, and then week 10. So there were 3 games in between. Yeah, Raiders, Chargers, Commanders, and then Arizona. Okay, yeah. So I've got them sweeping that series. So by this point, the Rams have played 3 division games, 2 of them against Arizona, 1 against the 49ers.
Yeah, and the Seattle games are week 16 and 18, which is it's a shame because the week 18 game may not matter. So this is
week 11 is the bye week.
Yeah, week 11 is the bye week. So with extra rest here coming into week 12, it is the Wednesday game, the Thanksgiving Eve game.
Yeah.
The Rams hosting the Packers at night. I'm down on the Packers this year. So if this were the Packers of last year, 2 years ago, I think this could be a toss up. But like I said, I'm down on the Packers, so I have the Rams winning this game. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a reason to make it a toss up, but I really can't with what Green Bay's done or hasn't done in the offseason.
Yeah.
So I've got it also as a win.
Yeah. Okay. Week 13 Thursday game against the Chiefs. And at home, Patrick Mahomes could be healthy at this point, but I'm really down on the Chiefs roster. They lost their whole secondary, and by the way, the 2 Rams.
Yeah, but by the way, keep in mind we're now at the point where they played 2/3 of the season.
Yeah.
So whatever deficiencies they had in September, you would think, especially with a coach like Andy Reid and Spagnuolo, they're at least somewhat, if not significantly, improved by this time.
Maybe. I don't know. Their defense got worse last year as the season went on, but the two Chiefs corners who went to the Rams are here. This is the rematch for them. And the Chiefs lost their whole secondary. They lost one of their linebackers. Their offensive line.
You're giving Rams a win.
Yeah, I if I had more faith in the Chiefs, I could.
Well, you might by that time of the season.
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't like this Chiefs team. This is one of our bigger disagreements, I think. So I'm going.
I was down on them last year, and they proved to be correct. Now I'm up on them. I don't know that they are a Super Bowl contender yet, but I haven't really, dug into it those kind of comparisons yet. I've actually got this one a toss up.
Okay. All right. Week 14 at San Francisco. I'm going to give this a toss-up, especially if they're coming off a win against the Chiefs, and if they had beaten the Niners earlier in the year. This could be a revenge here for the Niners. I'm going to have it as a toss-up. What do you think?
I'm going to give this one a loss since it's at San Francisco, and I had the first game to the neutral side a toss-up. Probably would have given them a win if it was at L.A.
Okay.
But I'm going to give San Francisco the win here. So it's a loss versus it's a loss for the Rams.
Okay. Week 15, home against Dallas. Dallas's defense is better, but I don't know if it's good enough. I think the Rams will win this one. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a toss-up. I'm high on Dallas this year.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Week 16. This is a Christmas game at Seattle. For me, this is a toss-up. All 3 games last year were toss-ups. So why would that change? So I'm going to have toss-ups for both of these Seattle games. What do you think?
Well, this one I'm going to give the Rams a loss on the road at Seattle.
Okay.
It's a night game. It's that's Christmas night.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to call it a toss-up? Yeah, that's right. Week 16. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks here again, playing at home. It's the first of 2 meetings. It's probably going to be an important game for both teams. Either team can win this game. I think the Rams overall are the better team, and I'll probably come back with them. And again, it's going to be an iffy thing. But since I'm giving Seattle a win here, I'm going to give them a loss there because either way, I was going to get a split. I could give them both toss up and toss up, especially week 18. But I'm going to give in week 16. I'm going to give Seattle the win. So that's one of the few L's for the Rams.
Okay. Week 17 at Tampa. I don't see an NFC South team competing with the Rams. So Rams win. What do you think?
Okay, this is where at Tampa.
Yeah, with the worst home field advantage in football.
Yeah, I'm going to give that a toss-up because of the scheduling spot.
Okay.
Seattle before, Seattle after.
Sure.
I'm not going to say that this game is a meaningless game, but this of the three, this could be the meaningless one. And it's probably going to be an important game for Tampa, or could be. So you're giving the Rams a win, and I'm going to give them a toss-up here?
Yep.
Okay.
And week 18, home against Seattle. Again, I said toss-up for both. And you said win here for the Rams?
I'm going to give here, yeah. I could easily give toss-up and toss-up. It's
Okay.
going to work out the same way. Okay, so I'm going to do mine, and then let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 and a half.
Yeah, and I have 14 and a half. So it's
1,
I'm
2,
well
3,
over
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and a half, yeah.
Yes. And going
now
back,
what's the season win total?
Going back to that,
I don't think we mentioned at the start.
we didn't. Here, I have it right here. The Rams, the best over is 11.5 minus 115. The best under is 11.5 plus 119. The 11.5 minus 115 is at DraftKings. The 11.5 plus 119 under 11.5 plus 119 is at Bookmaker.
So for me, that's a no play right now. For you, it's a solid over.
Yeah, good play on the Rams. Yeah. So yeah, which I would wait on. I don't think that number's going anywhere. And you want to bet the over. You know, if Stafford gets hurt in August, that could really hurt. So
yeah. I mean, that's the way just this analysis brings me. My gut reaction is to still think of this as a 12-13 win team.
No, I mentioned that I did the write up on the Browns. I also did the write up on the Rams before the Garrett trade, and I had them at 14-3 before the Garrett trade.
Okay.
So I readjusted, and I'm at 16-1. So.
Oh, when you readjust, what was the one loss? One of the Seattle games?
Yeah, one of the Seattle games, yeah.
Okay.
I might give him a loss to San Francisco. I'm not sure, but yeah. If we had a question here, if Donald returns, Aaron Donald, doesn't include a reduced Garrett sacks. FanDuel now has Rams.
Increase or reduce.
Increase, yeah. Increase or reduce Garrett sacks. FanDuel now has Rams special tabs. I saw that. Garrett props, 5 sacks in the game is 8-1. 20 plus sacks is plus 135. I wouldn't bet the over because
that's a bad price for the 20 plus.
Yeah, if he gets hurt and misses 2 or 3 games,
not only that, just look at the talent around him.
Right. But then again, he's going to have a lead now for the first time in his career.
Yeah, he's also going to be double teamed a lot too.
Yeah, well, I mean. He's
to the extent that teams are successful at it.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent on the Rams too.
I don't mind someone looking over the 20 sacks, but not at plus 135.
Yeah, I didn't like that price. Special
teams, 5 sacks in the game. What's that priced at?
8-1
plus 800.
Yeah.
You want to make a pizza bet on it or something, maybe, but 5 sacks in a game for an individual player in this NFL is kind of hard. Yeah. After the first 2 or 3 in the game.
I know.
Now, if you want to say how many sacks will he record and how many penalties will he draw in a game, and you want to play over like 6.5 or something, that's different.
Right. Yeah.
But you could certainly see if he gets 2 or 3 sacks, they're going to be, holding him, doing something defensively. Defensively. Well, the offense will be doing something against them. Yeah. A couple of times to prevent the sack.
Right. That's definitely true. Myles Garrett did not sack Bo Nix once when the Browns played at Denver. Nix's rookie year, but Nix threw 2 picks though. So yeah. We have the Rams Super Bowl odds really minus 3,000.
No.
No. I thought the Rams were plus 550. Yeah, we talked about that. They're between 4 plus 480 and plus 600.
Plus 300 to win the NFC.
Yeah.
Usually it's about half. So if it's 6-1, plus 3-1. The only problem is because they play in a division with Seattle and San Francisco, one of which won 14 last year, one of which won 12 last year, their seeding could very well be affected, which would adversely affect their chances of making it to the Super Bowl, meaning winning the NFC.
Yeah.
If they were in a different division and there was maybe one competitor, let's say a Detroit and a Chicago, and throw out Minnesota, Green Bay, or in the NFC East, maybe if you're a Philadelphia, and then maybe you think about Dallas as a competitor, but most people would probably still say Philadelphia is the favorite in that division. And then in the South, you can go any number of ways, and I don't think that the winner of the South is going to be a threat for the number one seed.
Unless Tyler Shuck is amazing. We'll see.
He could be.
That'll be next week. Shorter's odds to win the Super Bowl were 2017 Patriots plus 275. Brady coming off the comeback win versus Atlanta. Patriots made it versus the Eagles lost. Yeah, they almost lost to the Jaguars with Blake Bortles.
I said that one again now. Oh, Pats plus 275.
Yeah, the shortest odds to win the Super Bowl.
That was after they. That was after they. That was the year when they. That was the year after they came back against Atlanta, right?
Yeah, and they almost lost to the Jaguars in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and that's the year they beat the Eagles.
They lost the Eagles. Nick Foles.
That was the Philly special play. Yeah. The year after Atlanta. Yeah.
Half sack in every game, minimum 14 played, 55-1.
It's probably unlikely to win, but 55-1 for a player who's capable of getting a half a sack in a game. That's a small play.
It's fun, but it's probably going to lose,
55-1 tells you that, but I'm surprised. I don't know how they figure it out. I mean, someone do a search. Has anyone? How was that phrased? Sack in every game, minimum of 14 games. Or
half a sack game, and half a sack in every game.
Every game, a minimum of 14 games.
Yeah.
So in other words, if he's injured and doesn't play in 3 games.
Yeah,
that would still be a win.
Right.
Yeah, I have no idea what the odds would be in that, other than I have to believe it's probably never been done before.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But I mean, the only other person I could think that might have done it would have been what, like LT?
Yeah, I guess. Bruce Smith, Reggie White. I don't know. It seems very unlikely. Okay, well, we go from the best team in the NFL to perhaps the worst team in the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals.
And what is their win-loss total?
4.5. I have it on the screen here. The best over is at BetMGM, 4.5 plus 130. Their best under is at 2 places, 4.5 minus 135 at FanDuel and Caesars. And
that's still a big price to be laying for a number of 4.5. But
so we have the SOS here, the column here, which SLU provided for us. And according to SLU, the Rams have the number 1 toughest schedule in the NFL. So let's get to it.
Certainly, I think do over the first 5 weeks with only the Giants in there as a home game, and look at the other 4 teams. So.
Well, they're the only team in the NFL that has to play the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners twice each. So that's definitely.
Say that again.
They're the only team
Arizona.
In the NFL. Yeah. Arizona is the only team in the NFL that has to play the Rams, Seahawks, and Niners twice each. So that's
let me get the Cardinal schedule up here.
Yeah, I have it on the screen here. I don't know if you.
But it's a small and all that. I'm looking at it here, so I can scroll up and down. You've got a number of the games in there, but I find it easier here. Okay.
All right.
Well, that's right. They start with the Hall of Fame game. In fact, I think the league should make a rule that if you won 4 or fewer games last year, preseason games count for half a win.
Oh man, it's pretty sad that it wouldn't even matter for that. All right, the first real game, not the Hall of Fame game, is at the Chargers, and I think this is everyone's Survivor special, and I'd be shocked, absolutely shocked, if the Chargers lost to the Cardinals. So, win for the Chargers, loss for Arizona. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I had it the other way around, but yeah, I mean I wrote it down the wrong way. Yeah, okay. Loss for Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Week 2. This is part of this tough schedule. Week 2, home against Seattle. Seattle walloped them last year, and I think the same thing is going to happen again. And Seattle, by the way, going to have extra rest from their week 1 game, which is on Wednesday night. So lots the rest here for Seattle. Seattle wins easily. What do you think?
What's their first week game?
They play the Patriots at home on Wednesday night.
Oh, I thought that wasn't that the San Francisco game in week 1?
No, the Rams play the Niners.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Seattle.
we're looking
How
at
about Seattle
in week 1.
No. The Cardinals. Or which team are you talking about?
You said they play. You said they play Seattle on a Wednesday night.
Seattle plays the Patriots on Wednesday night to start the year, and then they have extra rest because
Wait, when is? I thought the first game was the Australia game.
No, that's the second game. The NFL kicks off on Wednesday night this year.
Yeah, Seattle. And I thought that was the San Francisco Rams game.
No, that's Thursday night and Friday morning in Australia.
Oh,
so
okay.
We have 2 games before week 1.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we've had that the past 2 years, but it used to be Thursday and Friday. Now it's Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, now it's Wednesday.
The 1961 Broadcasting Act.
Okay, yeah. The Australia game was the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They're kicking off the season with the Super Bowl rematch. Yeah. Now I remember. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Seattle with extra rest.
It's not going to change my opinion for Cardinals in week 3.
Week 2
against Seattle.
Week 2. Yeah. Week 2. Yeah.
Well, in week 2 or 3. We have already done the first 2 weeks, I think, hadn't we?
No.
The Cardinals.
No. It's Cardinals hosting the Seahawks week 2.
Yeah, we already said that was a loss.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, week 3 at San Francisco, another loss for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Week 4 at the Giants. It's finally a non-elite team here, but I think the Giants are going to be better this year, substantially better than the Cardinals, and they're at home. Cardinals traveling across the country and whatnot. Not sure what the record is in that regard.
Let me see who the Giants.
It's a new coach.
The first 2 weeks, Giants start with the Cowboys, and then at the Rams, and then host to the Titans in week 3. Okay, so the Cardinal game is not going to be much of a drop in class for the Giants.
Yeah, I'm going to give the Giants the win. So loss for Arizona again. What do you think?
Hold on a second here.
Okay,
you're going to do what now with the Giants?
Giants get the win. Giants get the win.
Okay, so the Cardinals drop to 0-4.
Yep.
And I'm going right there with you. The Giants win that game, so it's a loss for Arizona.
Okay. Week 5, Arizona hosts Detroit. This schedule is so rough. Loss for the Cardinals. What do you think?
Yeah, but when you're talking about a team, like where they're going to lose a game they should win, I could see this one being the game. But I'm not still going to give them a loss.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be doing Detroit next week. Week 6 at the Rams. Already had the Rams winning this game. I believe you did as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Week 7.
So they're 0-6 right now for both of us.
Yep. Week 7 against the Broncos. Now Arizona's at home. And you know how I feel about Denver. I'm not going to have Arizona beating Denver, but I think this could be a toss-up. Maybe this is a game that Denver loses. So toss-up for me. What do you think?
Yeah, since I'm going to be hard to find many toss-ups or wins, I'll make this one a toss-up.
Okay.
Bo Nix is doesn't scare too many opposing defenses.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next game, kicking off November at Dallas on November 1st. I actually have this as a toss-up. Arizona just gives Dallas fits for some reason. They always have their number. I don't know why. Last year they beat them Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I had this as a toss-up. What do you think?
I've got it as a loss for Arizona.
Okay. All right. Next game at Seattle. This is going to be another ugly one. Seattle wins easily. Arizona loses. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Sunday, November 15, I should say. The Rams hosting the Cardinals hosting the Rams. I had the Rams winning this one, so another loss for Arizona.
So neither of us have a win.
Nope. Not yet.
And let me
Yeah,
see. You have one toss up, and I have one toss up.
I have two toss-ups: the Denver game and the Dallas game.
Which is the Dallas game?
That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Week 8.
Oh, okay. I had you down as a loss there, but yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Because you said that they beat them on the Monday night game and all that. Yeah,
Well,
okay,
yeah, Arizona,
I remember
Arizona
that now. Yeah,
Dallas's number
okay,
for some reason over the years,
yeah.
for many years. I don't know why. I mean, they used to be in the same division.
Okay,
Um,
so and then they lose at Seattle
yes.
after Dallas, and
Mm-hmm.
then they lose to the Rams.
Yep. All
Okay,
right. Week 12 at the Chiefs. Wait, is that week 12? Is it week
I have
11?
week
Sorry,
11.
week
Yeah.
11. Yeah, week 11 at the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm not high on the Chiefs, but this is a loss for Arizona as well. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Week 12, Arizona hosting the Redskins. I could see Arizona being competitive here. I do suspect Washington's defense will be better this year, um, but I would make Washington, if I had to pick right now, I'd say Washington wins. But we could do toss ups right now, so I'll do a toss up. What do you think?
I'm giving Arizona the win here.
All right, Arizona on the board for one of us. So that is it's nice.
I think that is that Thanksgiving weekend,
Yep, week 12 is
the
Thanksgiving.
Sunday.
Yeah,
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 well, the
yeah.
guy I give them their first win, and because Washington coming across country, still feeling the residue of the turkeys. I don't know.
Yep.
No, I think it is a winnable game because I have Washington. I think I have them fourth in the NFC East, but we'll get to that one.
Okay. All right. Week 13. And so this is the final game before their bye. So they have one of these late buys. So they'll be exhausted playing the Eagles at home. Any Eagle fan knows that nothing goes well when the Eagles play the Cardinals. Something always happens. McNabb hurting himself in 2002. It goes all the way back there. But as Arizona team's dreadful, I think the Eagles win this game. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a toss up.
Okay.
All right. Okay. They whatever energy they have left, they can expend it because they got their bye coming up.
Yeah, we'll see. I feel like they could just be so exhausted by then. But anyway, they have week 14 bye.
Oh, they should be. They played 12 straight weeks or 13 straight weeks.
Yeah, 13 straight weeks against mostly playoff teams.
Yep.
This is really tough. All right, so we get the easy part of the schedule, I guess. Week 14 is their bye. So week 15, the Cardinals host the Jets. I think this is a toss-up for me. What do you think?
I'm going to give them a win.
Okay.
I don't know how improved the Jets are going to be, but still, you're asking a team that's been historically poor to go out and win on the road. Will they be a slight favorite? Possibly. I don't know. Well, let me go back and see where I had the Jets.
Yeah, I feel like this line is going to be anywhere between Jets -1.5 and Cardinals -1.5.
Yeah, it'll be close. Let me see where I had the Jets. I had the Jets at 5 wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is a game that Arizona could win.
Okay. Week 16 at New Orleans in the Superdome. I like the Saints this year. And plus the Superdome is tough to play in. I'm going to give the Saints the win. What do you think?
Saint. Yeah, I'm giving Arizona a loss. You're giving Arizona a loss.
Okay. Week 17 against the Raiders. I think both you and I agree that the Raiders will be better as the year progresses, and so they could be playing, relatively well at this stage. Now they do go on the road, but I don't know. I think this will be a toss-up. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got this marked as a toss-up.
Okay. And then week 18 against the 49ers, the Cardinals did not win a single game against the NFC West last year. I don't think they're going to win a single game against the NFC West this year, unless the Niners don't need this one at all. So I will give the Cardinals the loss here once again.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this game will have ramifications. That week 18 might very well be kind of like last year with the 49ers, Rams, and Seahawks. Depending upon the results, you could go from the number 1 seed to the number 6 seed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think that will have meaning. And remember, in these games in week 18, they all start at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So hold on. Let me do what I have here. I've got 1, 2, 2.5, 3. I think I've got 3.5. Is that what you show?
For you, I have 3.5. Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I have for you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 1.5, 2. I think you have 3.
I have 2.5.
Let me see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I show you have a toss up in week 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm. It's Denver and Dallas.
Week 12 and week 13, week 15 and week 17.
No, I don't have them winning. No, I don't have them.
I
as a
have
toss-up
you.
week 13.
I have. Say that in what one?
Week
Which
13,
one?
I have them as a loss to the Eagles.
Oh, I thought you said that was because of all the difficulty that they always.
Oh no, I was like, yeah, I know they something something unfortunate always happens. Like it
Oh,
doesn't have
okay,
to be a
yeah,
loss.
okay, yeah, that's right. Because I was talking about that's the week before the bye, so
Yeah,
I had it as a win, and you have it as a. No, I had it
loss.
as a toss up,
Yeah, you have a toss up. I have a
and
loss.
you had it as a loss.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
There's something bad could be an injury. you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's like the
Okay,
Eagles are
so you
cursed when they
got
play the
it
Cardinals.
at 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, and once again 4.5 minus 135. I think it's
Yeah,
worth
so
a
I'm
play.
under and you're under by 2 games. I'm
Yeah,
under by 1 game.
I think it's worth a play, not a high play, but medium sized play maybe.
Yeah.
Minus 135 is not
I
great.
doubt if I would consider it because it's the NFL and it's a low number.
Yeah, I like betting the unders on these horrible teams. I've had success with it, so I'll do it again. And remember, it could be Carson Beck at the end of the year, which could just sabotage
Yeah, yeah.
whatever they
Yeah,
might
but it
have.
could also be the Eagles back up at the end of the year or whatever.
Oh, I don't mean just that game. I mean,
No, but I'm saying that goes for any opponent. There's always a possibility that a backup could be in there for an extended period of time.
Well, I mean, the Cardinals need to see what they have in back, right? Like because they have the draft coming up, so they might just be like, okay,
Well,
Brissett,
unless they sign Brissett and he leads them to a much better record. It could be 7-8.
oh yeah, no,
Unlikely, but not impossible.
I'm not, but if they have a terrible record when they get to that quote unquote easy stretch at the end,
Yeah.
like that could just be back because like they're going to lose all these games to the tough teams and be like, okay,
It could
Brissett,
be.
it could be like Brissett, you're not playing that poorly, but we need to see what we have in back,
Yeah.
and so
Or because it's a good quarterback class coming out, let's keep Brissett in there and tank.
I think they tank with Beck when they like.
No, they want to see what he can do. He's going to be out there trying. He's going to try to say, "Hey, I can be the starter next year."
Well, isn't Brissett's going to fight for a job too? I mean, he's like playing for a contract, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be with the Cardinals, and it probably won't be considering the difficulties having in negotiations now.
Yeah, I know.
So I can't. It's a hypothetical, but how realistic is it? We don't know.
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah. Remember, the fact that something is possible, it's like with conspiracy theories. The fact that something is possible doesn't mean that it's probable, much less likely, much less a fact. Just means it's possible.
Yeah.
Could be 5%, could be 95%. We don't know. Obviously, here it's probably somewhere in the middle, and it's probably close to 50-50.
I once heard a quote say, "Conspiracy theories are just the news 6 years into the future, 6 months into the future."
Yeah.
So
often it is.
Yeah.
Depending upon the conspiracy, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, heck, we're 60, almost 63 years into the Lee Harvey Oswald conspiracy.
Yeah. 112263. Yeah. 63 years. It's crazy. Did you watch that show, by the way? 112263. 112263.
What is that?
It's about some James Franco's in it. He's like a teacher or something. He travels back in time to the 1963, and he tries to prevent the JFK assassination.
Oh, I already know what happened.
I know. Well, you don't know what happened. Well, no, you don't know what happened in the show. Maybe he prevented it
No, no, no. I know what happened in reality.
in real life. Yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah,
But in the show, you
LBJ. It was LBJ.
didn't.
It was. There's there are two good series out there. In fact, one I think they took off the shelves. It's called the man who killed Ken, or the men who killed Kennedy.
Mhm.
And then there's a book. I think it was Roger Stone who wrote it, and he makes a very compelling argument that LBJ was behind the whole thing.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, there's a situation in there where he was talking to somebody like the morning of the assassination, or maybe it was the night before at some dinner party, and he says, "Well, we won't have to worry about that after tomorrow."
Oh wow.
Because they were talking about, Kennedy and his difficulty in Texas, and could he end up losing the state in '64 and stuff like that. And that's just one small piece of it. It's an interesting read.
Yeah.
Now again, I don't know that that's what happened, but
Right.
it is a compelling. Well, there are so many people who had legitimate motives
Yeah.
that it could be one of them, it could be none of them. They could have had it right all the time with Lee Harvey Oswald, because after all, remember, he shot a policeman when he was found in the theater as he was running away.
Mhm.
So, why would he do that if he wasn't involved? So, and Jack Ruby killed Lee Harvey Oswald, and he had
Right.
connections.
Right.
And it's one of the more fascinating mysteries that I don't know when it'll be released. Probably right after the Epstein files.
Yeah. Well,
The
those will be
unredacted
released soon,
version.
right?
The unredacted. Or
Yeah.
during them, yeah.
Oh, those black lines are so great that
Yeah.
when we get those out, it's so exciting. Anyway, the show is good though. I think you might like it.
When is it? When is it? When is it on? And what is it on?
It's on Netflix, so or it's probably on some
okay.
other ones too, but it's on Netflix. It's
And
just
who'd
called
you
the
say
one.
it was Franco?
Yeah, James Franco's.
Franco.
Yeah, he's the teacher who goes back in time. Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
it's literally called 112263. The date.
Okay.
So yeah, if you look for it. Anyway, let's get to this the defending Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks. Their over under is 10.5, and we have arbitrage here. The over is 10.5 plus 115 at bookmaker. The under is 10.5 plus 118 at Caesars. So you get plus 115 plus 118. You can't lose, except you have to tie up your money for 5-6 months. So anyway, let's get to
and I guess you could win both if it lands 10.
No, it's
I'm
10
sorry, it's 10.5. Okay, 10.5.
Yeah.
I thought it was 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I forget. I think virtually every place now does use half games.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Okay. Week 1, Wednesday night, September 9. They play the Patriots at home. We saw Seattle smack around the Patriots at the Super Bowl. The Patriots had AJ Brown, and now Will Campbell's going to be healthy, but I just think Seattle's stronger than the Patriots, so I think they're going to win again. I have Seattle winning. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that they're going to come out and be aggressive and show that the Super Bowl win was not a fluke, and it may reveal that Seattle or that the Patriots still have some work to do with with that line.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so we talked about the big rest for Seattle. They have September 9th to September 20. They go to Arizona. We both had Seattle winning this game, which could be a bloodbath. Week 3 at Washington. Mike McDonald has taken over. It's taken the lead from was it John? It was Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. As having a great track record in the 1:00 games on the East Coast, so no need to worry about that. I think Seattle beats Washington. They destroyed Washington last year, which kind of I feel like that game may have opened up everyone's eyes to how good Seattle is. And
when did they play last year? What time of the year season?
It was the middle of the year, and it was a Sunday night football game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where was that at?
I think it was at Washington.
Okay.
I'm going to have Seattle to win here. What do you think?
I think this could be a bit of a letdown spot for Seattle. We'll see what Washington has with Daniel at quarterback after having played 2 games. Seattle does have the Chargers, the 49ers, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Bears, their next 5 games until they play the Cardinals again. So I could see them I could see Washington giving a good effort here, so I'm going to go with. Actually, I think I have a toss up on this one.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you're going with a win for Seattle.
I'll give Seattle the win, but yeah, I mean, you make a
Okay.
good point. It could be a look ahead. With 5 tough games coming up.
That might, and see, that's probably be a game, and I don't know if I would, play Washington money line, but I could certainly see getting some value with the points as an underdog, especially if Daniels is looking sharp.
Yeah, I think.
And
so
it is
too.
and it is a grass field.
Yep. All right. Week 4, Seattle hosting the Chargers. We both like the Chargers a lot this year. I think this could be a toss up for me.
That's what I have, a toss up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Week 5, Seattle hosting the 49ers. I feel like both Seattle, they dominated the Niners in the playoffs since their revenge game, and Seattle has.
Well, they played 3 times, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And one of them was a close game, if I remember. Was that like the 10-6 game in Week 18?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they blew them out the following week.
Yes. Yep.
And I think didn't San Francisco win the first meeting? Was that a back and forth game? First time they played.
It was week 1, and that's kind of before.
Oh,
Seattle
okay, that was like 1917 or something, or 17-13 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Niners had everyone healthy. Like they had Nick Bosa healthy, they had Fred Warner healthy. George Kittle was healthy until the halfway point of the game. I could see the Niners coming into Seattle and winning. Seattle's home field advantage hasn't been as strong.
In fact, I think they've had better records on the road.
Yeah, they have.
Was it like in 2 of the last 3 seasons or something?
Yeah, and they have Denver coming up on a Thursday night. So, not that they look past the Niners, but the Niners with their revenge. I actually like the Niners here to pull the upset, and maybe Seattle wins in San Francisco later, but I think the Niners win this game.
I'm going to call it a toss-up because it is a home game and it's a division game.
Okay.
And, it's a much more important game than the Denver game. And you're calling it what, a loss for Denver? For Denver, for Seattle.
Yeah, I think the Niners win this one. I think they'll really be up for it. Okay, so going to that Denver game, my feelings about Denver, but I think that the travel, like the short rest and the altitude could be pretty tough here for Seattle. So I'll give this a toss up. What do you think?
I'm going to give them a loss.
Okay.
I'm going to give again. It's not Russell Wilson quarterbacking these Seahawks.
Russell Wilson retiring today, actually.
I know. That's why I mentioned it.
Okay,
you're going to make this a toss up?
Yeah, I'll give it a toss up.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Now here's a situation where the 4 days and the altitude, to me, and coming off of a key divisional game, especially a home divisional game.
Yeah.
And the game before that against the Chargers.
Yeah, and travel on short rest in altitude just seems like awful.
No, it's not that. I guess it was about 700 miles by air.
Yeah,
across one time zone.
Yeah, still traveling a little bit.
I could see that, and of course, the thought is a win over the 49ers doesn't count for as much if you give it right back against the Broncos, but that's the situation.
Yeah. All right. So after that, they get extended rest and they host the Chiefs. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Chiefs this year. I'll have Seattle winning this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Kansas City will be improved, but I think this is a good spot or bad spot for the Seahawks. I could see Kansas City winning it, but I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Okay. All right. The next game.
Kansas City is a big unknown this year, really. And I don't mean just because of Mahomes. I think Mahomes will be playing there are 3 games in September. I think he'll be playing by at least the 3rd game. But you have more concerns about the rest of the team.
Yeah.
And I have faith in Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo.
Okay. All right. Monday, November 2nd, the Seahawks host the Bears. Feel like the Seahawks Bears games are always close. I'll give this one a toss up.
So will I.
Okay.
Yeah, I think again it's Ben Johnson's 2nd year. We could see some improvement out of the Bears against the better defenses that they may face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got that a toss up.
Can't wait to talk about the Bears next week. That'll be fun. All right.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you can't wait to talk about Seattle's next game.
Hey, it's short rest again. Arizona getting all these divisional opponents on short rest. Seattle hosting the Cardinals. Yeah, Seattle wins. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we already talked about that game. At Las Vegas, heading into the bye. I just think Seattle is too strong here. Than winning this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. It'd be different perhaps if Pete Carroll were still coaching the Raiders.
Yep.
Okay, so let me do that. So we both have wins in that one for Seattle.
Yeah. By the way, this is a Clint Kubiak game.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
It's a not
reunion,
really,
I guess. Yeah.
not really a revenge game, but he knows the team inside and out. So.
Well, I think the thing is though that doesn't Seattle have a bye week the next week after the Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll throw everything at the Raiders. So.
Well, again, and they know Kubiak's tendencies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. The next game at San Francisco after the bye. So Seattle's going to have extra time to prepare for this game. So I have San Francisco going to Seattle winning. Here I have Seattle going to San Francisco and winning.
Okay. What was the game for the first matchup? Week 5. Yeah, week 5. Yeah. So I have a toss up. I had a toss up then. I have a toss up here. And what do you have here? You had in week 5. You had 1, 2, 3, 4. You had San Francisco winning the first game.
Yep.
Yeah. So now you have Seattle winning.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The next game, week 13, home against Dallas. Yeah, I think this could be a toss up. I think like Dallas could go in here and give them a tough game. We're gonna have this as a toss up. What do you think?
Yeah, I have it as a toss up.
Okay. All right. Week 14, Seahawks hosting the Giants. So short rest, but talented team, so may not matter as much. I will have I look the Giants better this year, but I'll have Seattle winning this game. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have them coming off their bye at the 49ers against the Cowboys. Now they stepped down in class somewhat against the Giants. I think they beat the Giants.
Okay. So this is the next game is against the Eagles. Week 15 at Philadelphia. This is a Saturday game at 5:00.
Right now it is, yeah. I mean, they could change that.
Right. Yeah.
At this part of the season.
Yeah. I think this will be a toss-up.
I'm with you on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Week 16, we did these games, those week 16, 18 games. I have toss-ups for both games, and you have.
I had the Rams losing at Seattle, so that's the week 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and I had them losing the rematch.
Yeah.
At the Rams.
Week 17 at Carolina, really tough sandwich game here. But I believe they had something similar last year too. I believe they had.
Well, they played somebody between the two San Francisco. Was it the two San? No, wasn't the two San Francisco games.
I forget what it was. It was like.
I'll tell you in a minute. Let me get the.
Yeah. I could just.
Yeah. No, I got it here. Seattle last year.
It'll be a race to see.
No, they ended Rams, Carolina, San Francisco.
Okay, so yeah, it was the sandwich between the Rams and the Niners, not the same team, but yeah. But they did beat the Panthers easily 27-10. I think they'll do that again. I'm
gonna make this a toss up because it's the same team and it's the Rams.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so you had now what did you had what do you have in week 16 against the Rams for Seattle?
A toss up. You know what? I'm gonna make the Panthers game a toss up actually.
And you had what, week 18 a toss up?
Yeah, I've 16, 17, and 18 all toss ups.
Okay. So now you're gonna have a toss up. Okay, so hold on. Let me see what I have, and then I'll see what you have, and let's see if we agree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got Seattle at 11.
Yep, that's what I have.
And I have you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half.
I have 12. I don't know where we went wrong there, but I mean, it's pretty
Okay,
close.
I've got you with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have you with 7 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which would be 4.5. So that'd be 11 and a half.
Okay.
So there must be a loss that you. The only losses I show you having is in week 5. That's it.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where the discrepancy is. But I whatever. I'll
Well, I have you with a toss up in week 4, in week 6, in week 7, in week 8.
wait, so week 4, week 6, week 7, week 8. Yeah.
Right. Week 13.
Oh, sorry. You said week 7? No, I have been beating the Chiefs.
Was that week 7?
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's the week after San Francisco, I believe.
Yeah.
2 weeks after San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so in that case, you have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and 2, 8 and 3, 8 and 4, 8 and 5. That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said? 12?
12, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And the total is 10 and a half. So I have them barely over, and you have them over by a game and a half.
Yeah, which is, it's not great. So,
Okay.
Anyway. So for real quick for this arbitrage deal, and we had the same thing with the Niners. You wouldn't recommend betting both sides, right? Even though it's a guaranteed win, just because you have to hold your money there for 6 months. It's like a bad CD.
Yeah, I would not. Well, what are the payoffs?
Plus 115 and plus 118.
And that's one's on the over, one's on the under.
Yeah.
So that's a minimal amount of profit.
Yeah.
What, 15 and 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
7.5%.
yeah, I don't. Well, if you look at it that way for a 6-month wager, you're going to do better. But if you take it in terms of that could be going in your bankroll every week, the amount that you would tie up in the arbitrage,
right,
you probably do better than you turn it over a few times.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right back. Okay.
Okay.
Put the AC on because we were over 100 today. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, you could just buy puts on leveraged ETFs both ways, and you can make way more money than it was 7.5% or 9%, which it's 15%, but you have to divide by 2 because you're taking the loss there. And or 18%, but yet again divide by 2, you get 9%. So I said bad CD. It's actually better than a CD, but you can't put as much money into it. I wouldn't recommend CDs either. Like this, I did it once when I was like new to adulthood, and I set up my business, and I had my bank stuff, and like the manager at the bank talked me into a CD. She's like, it's really good, 3%. Like I didn't know any better. I was like 25 or something, and so I did it for 6 months, and I like regretted it instantly. I was like, man, I can't wait to get this money so I can invest it in like real things. No, but I would if you want big payouts where you're guaranteed not to lose, I'd buy puts on leverage ETFs, going both ways, and even it out and make sure your delta's 1. I don't know if that's lost on people here, but if you if any questions, I will be more than willing to answer that stuff. So that is what I'm in right now, stock wise. I guess there are options, but still, it's you can't lose, because one will go up, one will go down.
There we go.
Actually, sometimes both will go down. So anyway, I was talking about leverage ETFs while you were gone, Andy.
About what?
I was talking about leverage
Leverage?
ETFs. Leverage
Oh, okay.
ETFs, yeah. Don't buy stock and leverage ETFs. Whatever you do.
No.
That is the worst thing you can possibly buy. It's amazing. There's this app called StockTwits, and like people are
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
People are commenting in SOXS, SOX S as I call it. They're like, it's so down. Like, yeah, of course it's down. It's leverage. Yeah, guys, what are you doing? Anyway, so
if you're involved in any of those financial instruments, you got no chance.
Oh well, you could buy puts on them and be. And
Yeah,
do
I mean,
well.
you got to be really right on the money. But you've got the international markets and all the algorithms that are used. The hedge fund people, they're way ahead of everybody.
Oh yeah, but yeah, you could buy leverage put. You could buy leverage. You could buy put on those leverage ETFs on both ways, and you can't lose. Now, sometimes you might not win anything, but you're most of the time you're going to profit. But you literally cannot lose unless you have a bad delta. But anyway, all right. So the Niners are the final team in this division. Their win total is either 9.5 or 10.5. The best number.
What's the most likely one?
10.5's in 3 of the 5 books that I looked at. So
okay, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that. And there is arbitrage here as well. The over is 10.5 plus 115 at Caesars. The under is 10.5 plus 115 as well at Book Bigger. So you can make another 7.5% here if you want. Okay, let's get to the schedule here. The Niners, as we talked about before, they open up in Australia against the Rams. I had this as a toss-up. What did you had? What'd you have? You had a toss-up too?
Let me see here. Hold on, because I got to get.
I think you had a toss-up.
I probably did, but let me check. This is Rams. That's week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the Rams in week 1 as a toss-up. And you also had it as a toss-up, I believe.
I did, yeah. Okay. All right. Week 2, the Niners have a bye week against the Dolphins. They play at home. The perfect game after an international travel. I have the Niners winning this game easily. What do you have?
Okay, hold on a second. Let me. Got to get that. Yeah, I have the next 2 games. Home to the Dolphins and home to the Cardinals wins.
Yeah, so do I. So, okay. All right, we're in lockstep so far, and we head to week 4 where the Niners host the Broncos' 3rd straight home game. However, the Niners have to go into Seattle the following week. So I think this could be a toss-up. As much as I don't like Denver, I think this could be a toss-up. Niners could be looking ahead. What do you think?
I'm going to give the 49ers the win here because it is at home.
Okay.
I know they got a whole week off before they play at Seattle, so I think that a win here. You making this a toss-up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a win here sort of. I think a loss here puts more pressure on the game the next week against Seattle.
Okay.
So I think I think they're focused here, and it's is that a no? That's a 4:25 Eastern game. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Week 5 at Seattle. I had this as a San Francisco win in Seattle. And what'd you have?
I had it as a toss-up.
Okay. All right. So
and you had it as what, a loss for the 49ers?
No, I had a win for the 49ers.
Oh, okay, that's right, on the road. Right, okay.
Yeah, yep. Okay. Week 6, the Niners host the Redskins Monday Night Football. Sorry, Monday Night Football. Very tough for these East Coast teams. Play at night on the West Coast, and the Niners happen to be a lot better than the Redskins. So I'm going to give the Niners the win here. What do you think?
I'm also going to give them the win.
Okay. And then heading into the bye, this is week 7 at Atlanta. I think the Niners win this game. What do you think?
Yeah. I was trying to think of a reason to make it a toss-up, but I can't.
Yeah, it's one of those 1:00 games where the Niners have really done well.
Yeah, I don't, I don't care that it's a 1:00 game or whatever time it is. I'm just trying to think fundamentally, how these teams match up. I just can't see Atlanta having the talent to compete evenly with the 49ers, even at home.
Yeah.
I think those 49ers have too many edges.
Yeah. Okay. Week 9 coming off the bye, the Niners host the Raiders. I'm going to give the Niners another win here in what was the Battle of the Bay, not anymore. What do you think?
Okay, this is the week after the bye.
Yeah.
So they're rested. They got a trip to Dallas coming up the following week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give the 49ers a win here.
Okay.
And you're also giving them a win. At Atlanta, right?
I am.
I'm sorry, at the at home to the Raiders.
Where's the Raiders? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old Battle of the Bay. Okay. Week 10 at Dallas. Big revenge game for Dallas. The Niners have always smacked Dallas around, including those playoff losses where they ran out of time. I think it's a big deal for Dallas. I think they're going to be really motivated here, and the Niners have to travel out of the country the next week. Now, granted, it's only Mexico, but still, it could be it could be a distraction of sorts. So I'll actually give Dallas the win here. What do you think?
I agree. I also have it as a loss for the 49ers.
Okay. All right. So we head into Mexico for week 11, the Vikings versus the Niners on the neutral field. I think I'll give the Niners the win here.
Well, keep in mind that the next game is the
Seattle. Yeah.
Next game against Seattle.
Yeah. Although if they're coming off a loss, maybe then they'll be more focused. Plus, it's international. Think that
I'm going to give. You said you were going to give them the win.
Yeah, I'll give them a win. Yeah.
And I'm going to give them the win. And I think,
also.
Yeah, and I think I had in the first game. I believe I had it as a toss-up, and you had San Francisco winning at Seattle.
Yes. So I have Seattle beating San Francisco in San Francisco. What'd you have this time?
Well, I had a toss-up in the first one, so I'm giving you a toss-up here.
Okay.
Because I think they split the season series.
Okay. Week 13 at the Giants. Again, one of these 1:00 games where the Niners done very well. I think the Niners will. They're just a lot better than the Giants. I know they have the Rams coming up, but if they're losing to Seattle the prior week, then I think they'll beat the Giants. What do you think?
I'm going to make it a toss-up. I think by this time the Giants will be improved. You got the 49ers winning, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I think the Giants will be improved at that point. They are catching the 49ers coming off of the Mexico game against the Vikings, the home game against Seattle, with a home game against the Rams up. This is, I think, a spot where the 49ers could stumble.
Okay.
Because I like the Giants. I think the Giants are a team that, we haven't done it yet, but I could see them getting 8 or 9 wins this year.
Okay. All right. We have the next game. The Niners hosting the Rams. I had this as a toss-up when we did the Rams. What do you have?
I had the 49ers winning that game.
Okay.
And you had a toss-up?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. We have the next game, which is week 15 at the Chargers, Thursday Night Football. Jim Harbaugh revenge game. With the Niners traveling and after the Rams game, I think the Chargers win this one. What do you think?
I'm going to make it a toss-up.
Okay. All right.
You have it as a loss for the 49ers.
Yes, I believe this is the first time Jim Harbaugh is playing his old team. I believe.
I would think so. It's only his third year.
Yeah.
So unless it was one of the 4 division teams, well, no, this I think would be. Well, they play the AFC West.
Right. So yeah, they didn't play the AFC West before. Yeah.
So it would have had to have been that 17th game.
Right. Yeah.
Which I don't think it was.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, week 16 at the Chiefs. This is the big revenge game for the Niners. The Chiefs always beat them in the Super Bowl, and maybe this is their chance to beat them here. I don't like the Chiefs this year. I will have the Niners winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to have it as a toss-up.
Okay. All right.
You have the Chiefs. You have the 49ers winning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
that's week 16.
Yep. And then week 17, we have the Niners hosting the Eagles on Sunday Night Football. Again, night game for these East Coast teams. Generally not great. I'll have the Niners winning this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got a toss-up on that one.
Toss-up. Okay. And then week 18 at Arizona, I had the Niners winning this game, and I believe you did as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see what I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've got them 12 and a half. Is that what you show?
That is what I have, yeah, for you.
Okay, and let me see what I show you at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 12 and a half, 12 and a half for you?
Yep.
Okay, so we both have a 2-game edge to the over.
Yep. And the over is 10.5 plus 115. Would you consider that a play? And if not, would you consider 9.5 minus 140?
I would probably consider it a play. What it's what, plus 115 on the over?
Yeah, 10.5 plus 115, 9.5 minus 140.
Yeah, I'd go over the 10 and a half.
Okay. Okay.
We're talking 11 and 6 to win. Because remember, 17 game schedule is a lot different than what was 16, where they're 11 and 5. That's a really good season. 11 and 6, still a good season, but that's less than less than 2/3 of the games.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's. You want to head to the NFC East?
Yes.
Okay. We'll begin with Dallas.
Hold on, just one moment.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we have the Dallas number is 9.5 plus 118. The under is 9.5 minus 116 there. So yeah, it's pretty close there. It's I don't know what to make of Dallas this year. It's a team that Andy's way more confident than I am, so I suspect that he's gonna have more wins for them than I would. But I could see them being really good this year. But then again, I still don't think they fixed their defense all the way, and it feels like something always goes wrong with the Cowboys. Like they get injuries in the offensive line, Prescott struggles, or Lamb gets hurt. Lamb got hurt last year. You have to worry about Pickens. Pickens could be traded, or he could be just a nuisance in the locker room. I don't know. They're kind of like a mystery to me. Not as much as a mystery as like the Colts or the Chiefs, but I'm not confident in my evaluation of them. So Andy just disappeared. We'll see. I'm sure he'll pop in a second here, but yeah, I mean, I feel like this division, this NFC East, could go in a number of different ways. Now, like the Eagles are obviously the favorites, and maybe they bounce back from last year. Like I know AJ Brown's gone, but he was a big problem for them with Jalen Hurts. Okay, there's Andy.
Yep.
You there?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I had to take the plate and the remnants of my hostess snowballs back to the kitchen.
Okay. All right. We have Dallas at the over is 9.5 plus 118. The under is 9.5 minus 116 at bookmaker. Caesars has the over
9.5. Okay.
9.5. Yes. All right. Let's get to their schedule. And week 1, they play at the New York Giants. We both think the Giants will be better this year. However, maybe not so much in week 1. And Dallas has had the Giants number. So I will take Dallas to win this game. What do you think?
All right, hold on. I need to just get that part of the schedule up.
Okay.
I'm actually going to make this a toss-up.
Really? That's
It's on the
surprising.
it's on the road.
Yeah.
It's first game for the new coach. John Harbaugh. He's an accomplished coach. He'll be well prepared for this game. I could see the Giants pulling off the upset, so I'm going to make it a toss-up. You're going to give Dallas the win.
Yeah, it surprised me. When you were gone, I said that you like Dallas more than I do, so you would have more wins for them. So it's funny that I'm up to a half win lead.
Yeah,
but obviously,
well, it's week 1 and it's at home.
Right? Yeah, I know. Okay. Anyway, week 2, Dallas against the Redskins at home. I think this is a toss-up. What do you think?
I have a win.
You have a win. Okay.
First home game coming off of a divisional game. I mean, theoretically, they could go 2-0 in the division. I have them going, 1.5.
Right.
So you're and so do you, right? Just a toss-up for you.
Yeah, this is a toss-up for me. Yeah. Okay. Week 3 at the Macarena Stadium in Brazil. The Cowboys and the Ravens play against each other. I think the better team usually does better in these international games, and I think the Ravens are the better team. So I will give the Ravens the win. What do you think?
I'm going to call it a toss-up.
Okay.
I mean, I still think Dallas is a very, very good team coming off of 2 divisional games, so we don't know where they are there. I'm not as sold on the Ravens as I think you are, but I still think. I mean, I think it's them and the Bengals for the division title.
Yeah.
But I could see the Cowboys winning this one. I'm going to call it a toss-up, especially because it's at home. No, it's at where is it at?
The Macarena Stadium in Brazil.
Oh, okay, it's Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would think there are more Cowboy fans down there. Although both
I don't
teams
know.
travel, both teams travel. So
yeah, I don't know who's down there. I have no idea. And hopefully it's not like an icy stadium like they had in the Eagles-Packers game. All right, week 4 at the Texans. Coming back from Brazil. I don't know if that's going to affect them too much. Again, like not really traveling through time zones. So I will. I think Dallas could win this game. I think the Texans are a little bit better. And you factor in the travel. I'm going to say the Texans win this game. What do you think?
Okay, so you got a loss for Dallas here.
Yeah,
I've got a toss-up.
All right. Okay. Week 5, Dallas hosts the Buccaneers. So it's not like it's nice that they travel back from Houston, so they don't really have to travel all that much. Tampa's traveling more on a short week. I think that gives Dallas a good edge here. I'll give the Cowboys the win over the Buccaneers.
As will I.
Okay. All right. The next game is week 6 at Green Bay. This is Micah Parsons' revenge 2.0, unless Parsons can't play. For the Packers, which he said that he's not going to be back until mid-October. So
that's when this is being played.
Right. This could actually be the game, but he may not be 100% if he returns for his first game. He may be limited in snaps. So I'm very down on this Packers team. I have them winning not many games this year. And so I think Dallas can come in and do well here. I'm going to have Dallas winning this game, especially coming off extended rest. What do you think?
This is where I have Dallas slipping up. I'm going to give Green Bay the win here. So I'm going to give Dallas the loss. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next game, Cowboys at Eagles.
And that's another reason why I like Green Bay. You just mentioned it.
Okay.
This game.
Right. So these games have gone the same way year after year. The Eagles win in Philly. The Cowboys win in Dallas. I'll continue to hold that pattern. What do you think?
So you're giving Dallas a loss here.
Dallas a loss, yeah.
I'm going to give it a toss-up. I think the Cowboys are much improved, and I think the Eagles are still slipping a little bit.
Okay.
So I expect it to be a competitive game that they could win.
Okay. The next game is against the Cardinals. The Cardinals once again getting a team off short rest. How's this team going to lose? Possibly, I don't know. The Cardinals. We talked about this already. Where
you gave it a toss-up, didn't you?
I gave this a toss-up. Yeah.
So that's what you're going to give it here, right?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to give the Cowboys a win.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Next game is at the Drum in Indianapolis. I think the Colts are the toughest team to evaluate this year because we don't know what we're getting out of Daniel Jones. They have a lot of deficiencies. I think they could really struggle this year. I'll give Dallas the win. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to give them the win as well.
Okay. The next game is
Plus, they know Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's true. They've had a lot of success against him.
Yeah.
The next game is against San Francisco. It's at home. I had Dallas winning this game. So what'd you have? What'd you have?
Let me see. What week is this? This is week 10.
Yeah.
I had San Francisco losing, so I got Dallas winning.
Yeah, Dallas winning this game. Okay.
Yeah, and you do too, right?
Yep. Okay. Tricky spot here in week 11. The Cowboys host the Titans, which is 4 days before the Thanksgiving game against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So they could get tripped up here. I can't give Tennessee the win, but I'll say it's a toss up. What do you think?
I'm going to give Dallas the win.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So you're going to
toss up.
Toss up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Now it's home versus the Eagles.
Home versus the Eagles on Thanksgiving. As said before, Cowboys win in Dallas, Eagles win in Philly. So I will have Dallas winning this game. What do you think?
I'm going to give it a toss-up because I gave the first game a toss-up. So right. I think they split. It may very well be the way that you say. So you're giving it what, a win for Dallas?
Yep.
Yeah, because you gave them a loss in the Philly, and I'm going to give it a toss-up. So I'm with you as far as them splitting the series. I just don't know where it's going to be, how it's going to unfold.
Yeah, different ways. All right, week 13 at Seattle. I had this as a toss-up, I believe.
Let me see here. What week is this? This is
week 13.
Week 13. We both had it as toss-up, so I'm going to continue to give it a toss-up.
Okay. And Dallas has the bye week 14. So they play against the Rams.
They have a toss-up week 14?
14, they have a bye.
I'm sorry, a week bye. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Week 15 at the Rams, I had the Rams beating the Cowboys. So Cowboys lose here. What do you have?
This is what, week 15?
Week 15, yeah.
Toss-up.
Yeah, kind of crazy to only have 4 games after a bye. It's so weird.
Yeah, okay, like what did you have on this one? You had Dallas losing. Okay.
Yeah, yep. All right, week 16 against the Jaguars. I feel like this could be a toss-up. I like the Jaguars
I could see that. Yeah.
Okay, you have toss-up.
So you got a toss-up. Okay.
We both have toss-up. Yeah. Okay. Week 17 against the Giants. The Cowboys have dominated the Giants. Well, as when that changes, it'll change. But until that changes, I can't give the Giants the wins here. So I'll give Dallas the win. What do you think?
Okay, you're giving Dallas the win?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them with the win also.
Okay. And then week 18 at Washington could be a cold weather game.
Well, that wouldn't affect Dallas. It freezes in Dallas too.
Man, I don't know. Anyway,
they play indoors, but
yeah, it's still a dome team, I had Dallas beating Washington the first time. So
what week was that? That was week 2.
No, I actually had a toss-up. I had a toss-up the first time.
Yeah.
So I think they split. I think they split these series. So I'll give it another toss-up.
Okay, I had Dallas winning against Washington. I'm going to have this one as a toss-up on the road.
All right. Okay.
All right. So let me see what I got here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11.5.
That's what I have for you. Yeah.
And for you, I show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10. Oh, I show you 11.
I have 10.
Okay, I've got wins in week 1, 3, 5, 6.
Oh
9.
No, I don't have Dallas beating Baltimore. I have Baltimore.
Which week was
Dallas.
that?
Week 3.
Week 3.
I Baltimore beating Dallas.
All right, there we go. So let me just do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10, which is exactly where the over under is.
Well, it's 9.5,
Almost.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So you've got it barely over. I've got it over by 2 games, which is yeah, I could see that because I have Dallas contending with Philly
So
for
you
the
would bet
division.
the over 9.5 plus 118 in Caesars.
9.5, yes. I wouldn't bet 10. I would not bet over 10.5. I
Okay.
think Dallas is at least a 10-7 team is reasonable.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We have 3 more teams to go today. We have the New York Giants. Their over under is 7.5. The best number for the over is 7.5 plus 105 at FanDuel. The best number for the under is 7.5 plus 100 at Caesars. So you don't have to pay big either way for this team.
Okay.
All right. So we know who their week 1 opponent is. We just talked about that game. It is the Dallas game. I will have Dallas winning this game. And I believe you had toss up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. This is where I took the
Yes,
lead with
I
Dallas.
had this game as a toss up, and
Mhm.
you had Dallas with a win. So you have the Giants with a loss here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Week 2, the Giants at the Rams. We talked about this about an hour and a half ago. I had the Rams winning this game. I think you did too. So Giants lost.
Yeah, I think I did, but let me just go back and check. Yeah, we both had wins for the Rams in this one.
Yep. Okay. All right. Week 3, the Giants host the Titans. This is a short rest for not a good team, but not necessarily a bad team either. So it might be neutral for them.
Wait. 6.5 is their win total. Yeah, that's an average team.
Yeah. So
6 through 8, 6 through 9. This is week 3.
Week 3.
I think we both had Tennessee losing this game.
Yes.
So meaning that we had the Giants winning.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were going to say? Because I thought you were about to say there would be a toss-up.
No. I think the Giants win this game.
Okay.
Yeah, but especially coming off the loss, if they somehow upset the Rams, then I can see them tripping up here.
Oh yeah. Let me hold on. I think I had that one written wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we both had. I was looking at what I wrote down for the Rams. I had W's there, but that was for the Rams. So, yeah. So week 1, I have a toss-up. You have a loss for the Giants. Week 2, we both have losses. Week 3, we both have wins.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Week 4, the Giants host the Cardinals. I had the Cardinals losing this game. What do you have?
Yeah, I have the Giants winning, and you have the Giants winning.
Yep.
So I think what I get confused a little bit is you sometimes tell me the other team as opposed to the team that we're talking about, which is what I'm writing down. That's okay.
Right.
But that's the reason now.
I'll correct that from now on.
I will say over under. I'll say over under 2.5 until you make the same format.
Okay. So, all right. I'll strive for 0. I'm gonna crush the under.
All right.
All right. Week 5. It's gonna mess up right now. Week 5 at the Redskins. I think this is a toss up. I think both games are toss ups. I think.
See, now that's the easy way out because you don't have to say you're going with the one team or the other. You'll do the rest toss ups, and that way you'll never make me confused.
That's the
Every
plan.
game's a toss up.
Every game's a toss up.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I think that's a toss up on the road at DC division game. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. All right. Week 6. The Giants host the Saints. I think two teams we like this year. The Saints, out of their dome, but it's not bad weather yet. We don't think. I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna chicken out again. Give us the toss up.
That's okay. That's what I have written down for myself. A toss up.
All right. Week 7 at Houston. The defensive line here could be pretty strong for Jackson Dart. Could be a tough outing. I will give the Giants the loss in Houston.
As do I. Yeah, right. Very, very good.
All right. Thanks. Week 8 is a bye for the Giants, and so they get week 9 at Philadelphia. I think coming off a bye, I think when do they play the Eagles next? Okay, it's week 18.
Yeah, they
I'm
split
gonna.
last year. Wasn't that
They
the
did.
one where they played Philadelphia before and after the bye?
Yeah, they
And
played. It was the
well,
Thursday night game.
they lost the first one and won. No, they won the first one and
Yeah,
lost the second one. I believe. I
they
believe.
they they dominated the Eagles on Thursday night, and
Yeah.
then a couple weeks later they played the Eagles in Philly, and that was the game where Cam Scatabo got hurt, and it was a
Yeah.
devastating injury. Um, I think I think the Giants win this game. No, sorry. No, I can't make up my mind. I think it's a toss up.
Yeah, I have a toss up on this one.
Okay. All right.
Again, because I think the gap is closing between these two teams. I think the Giants are on the ascent and the Eagles are on the descent. And it might be the Giants are getting much better than Philadelphia is declining,
Mhm.
but I still have Philadelphia as the better team. So on the road, I'm going to make it a toss up because it's a close. Because I think again the teams are getting closer together.
Yeah. That's fair. All right. So the next game is Thursday night, home against Washington. I said it was a toss up the first time. I think it's a toss up the second time as well. And Washington's traveling, but they're not really traveling all that far. So I will give the Giants the win here. What do you think?
Yeah. So to me,
Sorry,
it's not.
toss up.
Yeah, toss up. I'm giving the Giants the win. To me, it's not so much the travel itself, other than the fact that it's less preparation time because while you're traveling on the train, the plane, the bus, hitchhiking, whatever it may be, the other team is practicing.
And all the players looking like this.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so after an extended rest, the Giants host the Jaguars. We both love this Jaguars team, but this is the Giants do get rest here. So I feel like they could play the Jaguars pretty tough and maybe get the win, but I think this would be a toss up. What do you think?
Okay, you're making it a toss. I'm deciding between a win and a toss up.
Okay.
And I think coming off of back-to-back games against the Eagles and the Commanders, I'm going to make it a toss up.
Okay. All right. The next game is at Indianapolis. Revenge game for Daniel Jones, but Jones may not be in commission here. So I don't know. Or it just might be, hey, we better not lose to Daniel Jones or we'll be embarrassed game for the Giants. Again, the Colts team I can't figure out. I don't know what to make of them. They're like the biggest enigma for me. It's on the road here. It could be I'll give it a toss up as well. What do you think?
No, I'm giving the Giants a win here.
Okay.
I think this is where Harbaugh challenges them and says, if you're going to make the playoffs, you've got to win these games on the road against a team that's probably about the same ability as you, maybe a little better, a little worse.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're going up a team that had a really good start last year and then faded. So they basically showed that they could be a playoff caliber team. They weren't. We don't know where they'll be. Like you said, they could be a 500 team right now. But I think this is a winnable road game for them if they're going to think they're going to be a playoff team, especially when you consider their next two opponents.
Yeah, which San Francisco, I had the Niners winning this game, so I had the Giants as a loss.
This is week 13.
Yes, so Giants as a loss.
And I had a toss up.
Okay.
And you had it as a loss because you did have the 49ers winning, okay?
Yeah. The next game at Seattle I had as a toss up.
And this is week 14.
Yeah.
And week 14, I had I show us both having a win in this one for Seattle.
Okay. All right. I'm mistaken then. Okay. All right. Giants lose in Seattle. Okay. All right. Week 15. The Giants.
Wait, hold on a second here because I just did it a little incorrectly. Okay. Giants loss for the week 14 to Seattle for both of us. Okay.
All right. Week 15, the Giants host the Browns. No Myles Garrett. I think the Browns are going to have struggles winning these games. So Giants get the win here. What do you think?
I'm with you.
Okay. Week 16 at Detroit. Going to be very tough here. So Giants lose at Detroit. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'd like to make it a toss-up, but I think the Lions probably playing at home, having a little too much firepower.
Yep.
And a decent enough defense. Okay.
Yeah. Week 17 at Dallas. I had the Giants losing to Dallas here. What do you have?
So you're going to have Dallas sweeping them.
Yeah, again, yeah. As
Okay,
usual.
I'm going to have the Giants losing as well. So we both have the Giants losing. Okay.
Okay. And then week
That's week
18.
17.
Yeah, and then week 18, you never know. This may not mean anything to the Eagles. If it does, I think this could be another toss-up. I feel like this is going to be a sweep split this year again for
Yeah.
these teams. So toss-up for me.
When did they play Philadelphia earlier?
It was
Yeah, we had toss up
9.
week 9. Yeah.
Week 9,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So let me see if we've got this right. I've got them at
You have a toss-up for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8. I have them 8.5.
Yes, that's what I have for you.
And let me see what I have for you. I have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have you at 6.5.
Yep. And it's funny because the total is 7.5. So you're one over and I'm one under.
Yeah. And when I'm that close, it probably means a no play.
Yeah, it's definitely no play for me. Yeah. Not touching this one. I think the Giants are tough to figure out as well. They'll be better with Harbaugh, but how much better? I don't know. And like, can Jackson Dart stay healthy? Can Scatterbo stay healthy? Yeah. There's a lot of questions,
Okay.
Okay. The next team is the Eagles. Now there is a 9.5 at FanDuel, but the other sports books have 10.5. So the Eagles, they're over. The best over for the Eagles is over 10.5 plus 133 at Bookmaker. Yeah.
Okay. How about the under?
The best under is 10.5 minus 140 at at DraftKings. Yeah. The other ones have like minus 125, 150, 153.
Wow, that's a huge number. Because I was going to say, what'd you say the minus was on the? What'd you say the best over was?
10.5 plus 133. So this is
plus 133. Okay.
Yeah, plus 133. So this is basically 10. They don't have 10s, but back in the day it would be a 10.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, the 9.5 at FanDuel is 9.5 minus 135 and 9.5 plus 115.
I'm going to go with 10.5.
Yeah.
As the number that I'm going to base it off of. Okay.
Yeah, same for me. Okay. The Eagles, they kick things off at home against Washington, which is it's a rematch of the NFC Championship a couple years ago, and obviously they played since then. But Jane Daniels was not himself last year, and he was not available for the second game. I can't remember the first game, but
right.
I think the Eagles kick things off with a win at home against Washington.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
Okay. Win against Washington. All right. Week 2 at Tennessee. I think the Eagles win this one as well. I think the Titans could be better as the year goes on, but I think they'll lose here. So I think the Eagles win this game.
It was almost any other team. There were maybe 3 teams that I would have the Eagles winning because they get the Bears the next week.
Yeah.
But I think against Tennessee, although they do have an extra day, because I think it's a Monday night game. Is it a Monday night game or a travel or a international game?
Monday night.
So I'm going to give them a win at Tennessee.
Yep, same for me. Week 3 at Chicago. This is the Evan Daniel revenge game because the Bears knocked them out of Survivor. And frankly, it's a revenge game for the Eagles too because they got humiliated at home. So I think they'll play extra hard. But Chicago is really good too. So I'm going to have this as a toss-up.
Exactly what I have it as.
Okay, we're in lockstep so far through 3 weeks. And week 4 is the Rams game. The Rams go into Philadelphia. I had the Rams winning this game, so I had the Eagles losing.
Yeah, I had this game as a toss-up. You had the Rams winning. So you have... So it's the same thing, right? I had a toss-up, and you have the Eagles losing.
Yep.
Week 4, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Week 5 at it's not at Jacksonville, it's in London against the Jaguars. The Jaguars have done well in these London games in the second game, but not so much the first game. But they could be pretty equal to the Eagles. So I remember having this as a toss up when we did the Jaguars. So I have the toss up here.
That's exactly what I have it as. I don't remember what I did. What was it? Week 5. Let me see if I can see what we had it here, because I do have that one here. That was last week, week 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I actually gave him a win. You gave him a toss up, but I'm
Yeah.
rethinking it. I'm going to make it a toss up at the neutral site.
Okay. All right. Week 6, the Eagles come back from London and they host
bye.
No bye, right? So they host the Panthers, and this is the game before Dallas, the first Dallas game. So I think the Panthers could win this game. They almost won in Philly a couple years ago. I'm gonna have Eagles losing this game.
Okay, I'm gonna have it as a toss up.
Okay.
You're gonna have the Eagles losing. I'm gonna have it a toss up.
Eagles lose this one. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So the Monday game against the Cowboys, I had the Eagles winning this one and then losing the next game. So the win here for the Eagles.
I had a toss up, and you had Dallas losing, so you have a win for the Eagles, and I still have it as a toss up.
Yep.
Let me just get something here. You have a win for the Eagles, and okay, that's Philly. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Week 8 at Washington, Sunday Night Football. I had the Eagles beating the Redskins the first time. I think this will be a toss-up the second time. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I had the Eagles winning week 1 against Washington. I'm going to call this one a toss-up on the road.
Okay. All right. Week 9.
It's a hell of a schedule for the Eagles.
Yeah.
3 straight division games.
Yeah. And then before that, they had Bears, Rams, and then in England. It's pretty tough schedule here. What did we have?
This is week 9.
Okay, I guess it gets easier because we had the Eagles as the 19th toughest schedule. So
and what did we have? We had against the Giants. I believe we both had these as a toss-up in week 9.
Yes.
The team we just did before that.
Mm-hmm.
So you had I show both of us with a toss-up.
Yep.
So that's what we'll keep it the same, since we don't have to worry about what we thought 2 weeks ago, just about 8 minutes ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Then there's the bye week.
And then the Eagles host the Steelers. Now I know this is before Thanksgiving, but I think these like interstate games, they usually make a big deal of them. So I don't think they'll look past the Steelers. And I think the Steelers are going to suck this year. So I will have the Eagles winning this game.
I do as well.
Okay. All right.
This is the this is the first game against the Cowboys. This is the second game against the Cowboys. The first one was what? 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Was week 8, I believe.
It was 5 weeks earlier.
Yeah. What week is that?
7.
7 or 8?
7.
Okay, that's where I had a toss-up, and you had Philly winning.
Yes, and this time I have Philly losing to Dallas.
Okay, and I'm still going to have it as a toss-up. Okay. And you're going to have Philly losing. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Week 13 at Arizona. I had the Eagles winning this game, despite the bad luck that they had versus the Cardinals.
Yeah, I have them winning the next 2 games. I have this one and the game hosting the Colts.
Yeah, Colts playing, going from out of the dome into cold weather. Eagles beat the Colts as well. So you have
so you've got them beating the Cardinals and the Colts, and then they host Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. I think I had a toss up here, I believe. I think I did.
This is what, week 15?
Yes.
Week 15. Yeah, we both had toss-ups.
Okay.
I was almost going to make this a loss, but I'm going to make it a toss-up.
Okay.
And you have it as a toss-up, okay?
Yeah. Okay, and then we go week 16. This is a Christmas Eve game. Not sure why we have a Christmas Eve game. But the Eagles host the Texans. The Texans might freeze to death here. I think the Eagles win this game. What do you think?
I was going to make it a toss-up, but I'm going to give a win also to the Eagles. But let me go back just out of curiosity. And this is what? This is week 16?
16, yeah.
against Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And week 16, oh, we both had Philadelphia winning this game.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah. Yeah, we both gave Houston L's. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought I might have given it a toss up.
Oh, well,
But
it's cool
but
that
what
we're
no, but I'm
consistent.
thinking of it now as a win, and it's a little bit more clear than it was 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Week 17 at San Francisco, I had the Eagles losing this game. What do you have?
Let me see what I had. This is week 17.
Yep.
I had a toss up, but I'm going to make it a loss.
Okay.
And you
All
have
right.
it what? You also
I
have a
have,
loss for the Eagles?
yeah.
49ers winning. Okay, so loss. Okay.
Okay.
And
And
then
then week 18, I had a toss up for this one.
that's for the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a toss up in the first game as well.
Okay.
So a loss. So I'm sorry, a toss up for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let me see what I show for me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. I've got 11.
Yes, that's what I have for you. Yeah.
And for you, I show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I would have bet that your number would be lower than mine, but because
Yeah.
you're down on the Eagles, I thought I was a little higher, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I'm
apparently not.
down a little bit, but I still have them winning the division. Although I do have Dallas at 11.5, so that's basically a toss up.
Yeah, I have both Dallas
So,
and the Eagles at 10. So
yeah.
let's say the number's 10.5. You're a
Yeah.
half over. I'm a half
Yeah.
under.
So that's a good, I'd say that's a good analysis.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're pretty close, but we're coming at it slightly differently.
Yep, exactly.
And now your favorite team.
Oh, of course, the Redskins. This is the best arbitrage of all. So,
let's hear.
The over is 7.5 plus 120 at FanDuel and Caesars, and the best under is 7.5 plus 125 at bookmakers. So, at the very minimum,
That's a little bit more interesting as far as the arbitrage goes, where you got what, a 10% and a 12.5%?
Yeah, 10%, 12.5%.
Plus 20, plus 25. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
now let's see if we can get to, 7, 7.5, 8.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay.
Washington. Let me get Washington here. Schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just talked about their week 1 game, which is
week 2. Yeah. Okay. So week 1, it was Philly. We both had Philly winning, so we both have Washington losing.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. In week 1, loss and a loss. Week 2 is against Dallas, at Dallas.
Yeah.
And I had a win. I had Dallas winning. Mm-hmm. So I have Washington losing, and you had a toss up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Week 3, we also talked about this one earlier. The Redskins hosting the Seahawks. I had the Seahawks winning this game.
I had it as a toss up for some reason. Oh, because it's at home. Okay, yeah. I had it as a toss up, and you had Seattle winning.
Yep.
So you have Washington losing. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Week 4, they go to England. This is the first of the 3 England games. This
is against the Colts.
Yeah, Colts. Yeah. As I said before, I think the better team usually wins in overseas games, and I think the Redskins are better than the Colts. So I'll give the Redskins.
So I'm going to call this a toss-up because I don't think the Colts are terrible. I don't think they're all that great. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what I think about Washington.
Yep.
And of course we don't know about Daniels, but which Daniel? Daniel Jones or Jaden Daniels? So,
right.
We don't know for either of them really. I probably feel more about the Washington quarterback than I do the Indy quarterback. Although if Daniel Jones is healthy, he played well last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I'm going to call this a toss-up, and you're going to give Washington the win.
Yeah, just coming off the torn Achilles is so tough,
Yeah.
Okay, so week 5, the Redskins come back home with no bye. They host the Giants. I gave this as a toss-up last time. Now I'm thinking about this. It's probably a loss, and then they beat the Giants the next time. But I'll keep it as a toss-up because I've been splitting either way. So
okay, I had this as a toss-up, And you're gonna give what? Washington a loss here?
No, no. I'll stick with toss up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we both have toss-ups here.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what we did in week 5 when we did the Giants.
Right. Yeah. Week 6 at San Francisco. I had San Francisco winning this game, so loss for the Redskins.
And I'm with you on that. Okay.
Okay, and then there's the week 7 bye. Week 8, the Redskins hosting the Eagles. I had this as a toss up. I think you did too.
When did we have week 1? No, I think we had in week 1 we had the Eagles winning. Was that week 1 that they played? No, when did they play the Commanders?
Week 1, yeah.
Week 1. Yeah, we have Washington losing. We both had Washington losing in
Yes.
week 1.
Week 8,
And
I
so
think
now-
I had a toss up.
In week 8, we both had toss-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think 1.5 is right.
No.
I think there's a better chance of Philadelphia sweeping the series than of Washington sweeping the series.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so it's a toss-up for both of us in week 8.
Yeah, and week
That's
9
the first week coming out of the. And but with that game is in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It is coming off the bye, which is why I'm not saying that the Eagles are going to sweep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Week 9, the Redskins host the Rams. I marked down the Rams winning this game, so loss for Washington.
And this is week 9.
Yeah.
And week 9, yeah, I outside the Rams winning, so a loss for Washington.
Okay. Week 10 at the Giants on Thursday night. I had this as a toss-up. I believe you had the Giants winning this game.
I had the Giants winning.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, because I had the first game. When did they play the first game? I had a toss-up in the first game.
Yeah.
And this is at the Giants. Okay, yeah. So I had the Giants winning. So it's a loss for Washington, and you're going to keep it as a toss-up, right?
Yep. Okay. So the next game, this is week 11. They play a Monday Night Football. They host the Bengals. I think you agree the Bengals one of the better teams in the NFL this year. I think the Bengals win this game. So I have Washington losing to Cincinnati.
This is week 11.
Yeah.
You said you had Washington winning, Cincinnati winning.
Yeah, so Washington. Yeah, Redskins lose to the Bengals.
We both had Cincinnati in this game, so we both had Washington losing.
Yeah. Okay. Week 12 at Arizona. I had this as a toss-up earlier. I'm going to revise that to a Washington win.
This is what, week 12? Let me see what I had.
Yeah.
Week 12.
Yeah.
I had a Washington win, and you had a toss-up, right?
Yeah. I'm going to revise
the first time. And
you're going to revise the Washington win. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to reverse to a Washington win, so I'm going to have it as a loss because I picked Arizona, and you're going to have Washington winning this one.
Yeah, which means my Arizona number would drop to 2, which makes them more appealing for the under.
Yeah, but I'm going to still keep it where it was before.
Yeah.
Because we did it. I mean, because there are a lot of places where I know I had turned a toss-up into a win or a toss-up into a loss. In this one, I'm going to stick with what I had. I had because I said this is one of Arizona's few winnable games.
Yeah.
Even though I had them winning. No, I only had them winning that and one more game. I had a couple of toss-ups coming up there. So I have Washington losing, and you have Washington winning in week 12 against Arizona.
Yeah. Okay. My dog almost knocked over my. Andy, can you give me 5 seconds? My dog is going to knock over this lamp because her ball is.
Sure, go ahead. In the meantime, I'll get set for the next week, which is week 13. And that is at the Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to go back and take a look, but I'm pretty sure I had Tennessee losing this game in week 13. So let me go back to Tennessee.
My dog.
I had a toss-up. Okay, I had a toss-up.
She has her favorite ball, her orange ball, was right behind the lamp that's emitting this light in front of me. And she was like pawing at it. I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna knock over this the ball right here.
Oh, okay.
So she wants to play
Would you
right
throw
now.
throw it out the door?
I mean, there's no door here. It's just a
Oh,
hallway.
okay.
She loves to chase after it, but then she
And
like
so she'll
chases
bring it
me and
back
like
to you in another 90 seconds.
she's right here, but she
Oh.
doesn't give it back to me until like if I feign like indifference, then she'll drop it to me. But if I try to get it, she'll pull away. So
Okay.
it's pretty funny.
Week 13, it's at the Titans. And
Yeah.
I know that when we did the Titans, I just shook. We both had it as a toss-up.
Okay.
So you can decide to keep it at the Titans.
All right. Well, I'll keep it, I guess.
Yeah, I made it a toss-up because I think Tennessee's going to be improved, and it is a road game. So I don't know that I want to say that Washington's going to win. Boy, I'm going to have a low number for Washington here.
Yeah, I could tell.
I can think. Yeah. Okay. The next one is Week 14 versus the Texans at home.
Yeah.
I'm going with a loss.
Oh, really? Okay.
Let me see. This is week what did I say? 14.
14. Yeah. What
Against
do we
Houston.
have? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we both had losses in this one for
Really?
Washington. We both. No, I'm sorry. Wait a second. Is that wrong?
Because I'm leaning like win.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I must have made a mistake here. 15, 16. Yeah, I have it down as a loss for Houston. That had to be wrong. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo that one.
I'm leaning win anyway. I'm gonna give them the win.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give them the win, even though I wrote down loss before, so I made a mistake on that previous one. But we're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna be able to review everything because I think the next one we're gonna definitely speak about wins and losses.
Yeah. So
we're both gonna give Washington the win. No. I'm sorry. This is against Houston.
Yeah.
I'm giving. Hold on a second here.
Wait, who do you have winning this game?
When I did Houston, I marked it down as a loss for Houston, but I probably meant it as a win.
For both of us?
Yeah, I think we were both the same, and I probably meant to put W there, and I put L.
Okay.
For Houston, it should have been a W for Houston, so I have to do that one, and I'm putting down a loss here for Washington.
Okay. Oh, you're putting down a loss for Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're putting down.
I'll have a win for Washington.
Okay, you're gonna have Washington upsetting Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Week 15, the Redskins host the Falcons. Another dome team coming to potentially cold weather. We'll see.
Yeah.
I never know. I don't like Atlanta at all this year. I'm gonna have Washington winning this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Washington the win, and you're gonna give Washington the win.
Yep.
Let me just see something a second here. Hold on. I'm going to go back to Houston.
Okay.
And, yeah, you know what? I had Houston at 10 wins, and that should be 11 with the incorrect loss that I put down there. But I'll go back. We'll come back and do that when we go over this in about 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, that was week
15.
Yeah, so we got 16 now.
Week 16 at Minnesota. This could be McCarthy, so keep that in mind. I feel like if it's McCarthy, I think Washington wins. If it's Murray, I think Minnesota wins. So I'll just say Minnesota wins here. What do you think? Oh, sorry, Washington losing.
Yeah, Washington losing. I have a loss here too, but I could. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
All right, week 17 at Jacksonville. I think the Jaguars win this game, so Washington loss here.
Okay. And then the rematch with Dallas.
Which I has as a toss-up.
Which was the Dallas week?
Yeah, see, it's exactly as I predicted. She was pulling away from me.
Oh.
I stopped paying attention. She just dropped the ball at my feet.
Okay, that was week 2 at Dallas.
Yeah.
I had a loss and a loss. Well, let me see what I had for Dallas in this game. I had a toss-up for Dallas in this game. Oh, for Washington, for Dallas in this game, I had a toss-up because they're hosting Dallas, and they could easily lose this one. And I think you also had it as a toss-up. So you're going to keep it as that?
Yes, I will.
Okay, so let's see where I am at here. I am at, oh boy, 1 win, 2,
Wow.
2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. I have Dallas. I have Washington at 4 wins.
Yeah, that's where I have you.
Let me see where I have you at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5. I have you exactly at 7, which is the arbitrage number. Is that where you're at?
7. Well, the arbitrage number is 7.5, but yeah, I had 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 7 is the number surrounded by both sides. You're going to play under 7.5, which 7 would win, and then over 7.5 you would lose, but you're plus both ways. Yeah.
Yes.
So you're at 7, right?
I'm at 7. Yeah.
And I'm at 4, so I'm looking under.
Yeah, you are. Are you going to
But
play?
But I also had no, because I had a lot of toss-ups here, so I got to go back and reevaluate the toss-ups.
You did. This was tied for our second greatest discrepancy, which was also our earlier today. Our biggest discrepancy was 4.5 win separation, which
4.5
actually
or 3.5 or 3.5.
4.5, which is actually me closer now.
Which team was that?
The Steelers. You had 8.5.
Oh, okay. That was last week, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, in total, our great.
Yeah, no, I thought you said it was also today. So
yeah. Our great. Today. No. Yeah. I meant ours.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. You said it was today, but it was actually last week.
No, I meant that. I meant that Washington was tied for second for our greatest discrepancy, which the other team that's tied with is also from today. But our greatest discrepancy is from last week, which was the Steelers. Although I would readjust that.
What's our difference here on the Washington? 3, right?
3 and it's 3, and our we also had a 3 win difference with the Rams, 11.5 and 14.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had 11.5. You had 14.5. Yeah.
Yeah. And the only other one's 2.5 with the Browns, but again, that's gonna be readjusted. But yeah. So you said you had a lot of toss ups, so you wouldn't play the 7.5 plus 125.
I don't know right now that I've not gotten myself set to play any of these yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I still have much more work to do in running some numbers on these teams and all that. So these are like somewhat off the cuff, but with some analysis done, but not as much as I'm going to have done, say, a month from now.
Yeah, I probably won't play them until I get to Las Vegas and I get access to all the books.
Yeah.
And by then I'll have everything done too. So and we'll have more information. There might be an injury that pops up. So yeah.
Well, for me, it's not going to be an injury or anything. It's going to be doing much more analysis than I've done so far.
Oh yeah. Same for me. But you never know. Like a starting quarterback falls down the stairs, and suddenly they're out.
Yeah, but I mean that we're talking about maybe 1 or 2 such guys that would have a difference there.
Yeah. I mean, you can't.
As it is, I have a number of conflicts between what I said when we did other teams, as opposed to what I said from when we did them a week or 2 later.
Right. Exactly.
I just pointed out a couple of them where I changed my mind from before, and I went with the more current information for the second time we looked at the same game, but from the perspective of the other team.
Yeah, and when I do my season previews, I simulate all the games with scores, and so I'll actually have those results. So it'll be easier for me to. I won't even have to guess. I have the results, So it'll be easier when we do this the second time. So which I look forward to.
What do you base your scores on when you do the simulation?
I mean, just how good I think these teams are going to be, plus situation.
No, I mean, is it a mathematical simulation, computerized, or a gut feel?
It's just gut feeling. Just score it. So
in other words, you say it looks like a 24-20 type game,
right?
So and so winning.
Yeah.
As opposed to feeding statistics in, and it comes up with 24.2 versus 19.9 or something like that.
Which would be interesting if I could have AI do simulated scores, because when I proofread, I used to just when I proofread, I would copy paste into like Microsoft Word, and I'd see the misspellings. You have the red squiggly line. Now I copy paste into ChatGPT, And not only will it give me misspellings, it will give me like, hey, you used this word twice in the sentence. You might
Yeah.
want to do a different word. It's really cool.
So
Very
the thing
helpful.
is with the simulations, though, I don't know how good of a tool AI is in far of coming up with scores, largely because of the nature of football, where
Right.
you don't score points one by one. You score them by threes, by sixes, extra points by one or two, safeties by two. And so the artificial intelligence can't really do that as opposed to baseball. And I don't know that it's any easier, but at least in baseball, it's symmetrical because everything is scored on the basis of ones.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, a grand slam homer is still 4 runs, as opposed to one event causing multiple, being worth more than one. Even a 3-run homer, yeah, you're getting 3 runs, but that's because you already have 2 guys on base that are being driven in. You're still
Yeah.
getting 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, you have the same thing. In basketball, it's a little bit similar because you score in 1, 2s, and 3s. Free throws, 2-point shot, 3-point shot.
Mm-hmm.
Hockey, of course, you also score individually. It's kind of like baseball. Baseball scored in runs. The only difference is that a single play in baseball can produce more than 1 run, depending upon the guys on base. 1,
Right.
2, 3, or 4 from a single play. Even in football, you can one scoring play will produce 1 for an extra point, 2 for a safety or a conversion, 3 for a field goal, 6 for a touchdown before the extra play. So that's not linear because it's 1, 2, 3, 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's difficult for artificial intelligence. Plus, if you're doing it now before the season, you're using somewhat irrelevant information because it's from last year, and these teams are so much different from year to year.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, just my point was, I've been feeding ChatGPT my write-ups, and so
Right.
it has access to my opinions on each team,
Right.
and so I could be like, hey, based on what I wrote about each team, can you simulate scores for each game of the season? I don't know how it would do. Maybe it'll be disaster. Maybe it would be good. I don't know.
Well,
I'll
again,
try it out.
it depends what you feed into the database as far as determining what what creates a score.
Right. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it knows that already. I don't know. Probably not, but who knows?
Well, yeah, it depends. Again, ChatGPT probably gets data from thousands of different sources.
Right.
People who use it and try to do what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
In other words, let's you got to factor in strength of difficulty this year versus last year.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you measure strength of difficulty? Well, last year's strength of difficulty based upon their results, their wins and losses. But how about if you do their schedule difficulty based upon what the season win totals were before the season and see how the actual strength of schedule compared to the projected strength of schedule?
Right.
And even there, it's not perfectly linear because usually if you add up the total number of projected wins for these teams, they play what? 17, 200, was it 256?
272.
272. So that's 272 games over the course of a season. So the strength of schedule. So when you add up all the season win totals, it's gotten a lot better because there used to be a time when they played the 256 game schedule where the total projected wins would be like 270.
Right.
And obviously it could only be 256. So there would be a huge difference, a huge advantage to the under because the total number of wins can only be 256. And here the over under numbers add up to 270. So there's a 14 win gap between what the actual is going to be, ignoring ties, and what the projections are. So you could even figure out the strength of schedule that way. And this year, we know what the strength of schedule was last year, okay? But how relevant is that to the strength of schedule this year? So I look at it, and this is another project that I haven't quite completed yet. I've got that for the first part of June. Looking at the strength of schedule based upon last year's results and this year's result and this year's projections.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just check something here. I'm gonna probably Well, I think you'll be able to hear me, but I got to switch to the other computer, and I'm
Okay.
going to take a look. Right, you can still hear me, right?
I can still hear you. Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look at the. Why don't I? No, here it is. Okay, over unders. Okay, I'm going to have to shut down the vocal.
Okay. And he disconnected. Sure, he'll be back in a second here. Yeah, I'd like to be higher in Washington. I did bet them to win the Super Bowl, just on the off chance that Jane Daniels stays healthy and defense gets better with Dan Quinn there and Sonny Styles improving or improving the defense with his presence there. So I'm kind of disappointed I only had him at 7, which is it's close to a total, but I don't know. I thought it'd be higher on them, so I don't know. Maybe when my season preview comes out, it'll be closer. But yeah, right now it's I have the Eagles and the Cowboys tied at 10. So I was also surprised by how many wins I'd had for Dallas. I thought that it would be less. No, I was right about Andy having a higher number on Dallas, but I don't know. I could see the Eagles regressing this year. Andy's back. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. When I totaled up from one of the places who has the season win totals, and you could probably get the same amount. There are 272 games are going to be played this year. Season win total adds up to 274.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Which is like right on, which means that there's basically no bias. There's a 2-game bias or favoritism towards the under because only the maximum that the number of wins can be is 272. It used to be that there could be as much as a 13, 14 game gap between the 256 and say 270. Which would mean that if the number was 270, that meant it had to be what 270, 256, 242.
Right.
242 wins and 272 losses. 270 losses equal to 512, which is the total number of games, 256. Games, meaning that 512 decisions, 1 win, 1 loss for each of the 256 games. So they've which is why you used to see a lot of variations between the VIGs, minus 150 plus 130 routinely. Now, because the numbers are so close to the actual total, 274 versus 272, you do see variations, but not up and down the board as much as you're showing. You had a lot of the best and worst, usually somewhere in the 125 to 130 as opposed to 155 or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, so what I work on is I take a look at, okay, here's the strength of schedule based upon last year's records of this year's opponents, and I'll compare that to what's the strength of schedule of this year's opponents compared to this year's win-loss projections for those opponents.
Yeah, it's
that's what I'll use when I refine my game by games.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised it's that close. I thought.
Yeah, well, again, I think a lot of it has to do that they eliminated the whole numbers, that everything is a half game.
Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah. Okay. Anything else before we head out? So we're above 3 hours now. So.
No, I think that's about it. Unless you have anything.
No, nothing for me. I mean, yeah, we feel like we covered everything. We have 2 more divisions to go.
I can tell you, I am getting the. Hold on a second here I am getting the website set to provide my copies of last year's newsletters and everything. I should have that complete by next week, so people can take a look at that. Take a look at the format of the newsletters, and hopefully, I'll have information about the proxy service as well as the contests. I did hear that Westgate is planning on a July 1st sign-up date, that they're going to be administering the contests this year. We don't know what the status is with the partnership with Westgate Superbook and Caesars. Of course, the Gaming Commission, which I think meets around the end of June, around the 25th of June, would have to approve it. But now, of course, you also have the tender offer for Caesars from Tillman Fertitta for that. And then Barry Diller has now made an offer for MGM.
Okay.
So we're seeing, and there's an interesting article, I can send it to you, where they talked about, what does it mean about Vegas? Because you got 2 billionaires who want to buy property on the Strip, and they're basically saying that the properties are undervalued. And they pointed about it. They said that tourism is down, because a lot of the budget conscious people are no longer willing to go to Vegas, where you have to pay hotels for parking, you have to pay the resort fees. I mean, all these things. Before you step to the casino, you're paying for the right to lose your money by
I
paying
know
resort fees and parking, which is because we don't have creative people anymore. Okay, there's pressure on getting the bottom line. Oh, that would create too much thinking for me to be creative. Oh, let's just charge a parking fee. And why don't we raise it like $2 an hour, every 9 months or something?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah. I mean, see, on a lot of the local casinos, they don't charge for parking. The off-strip casinos, okay,
right?
Even Westgate charges for parking now. Now, if you're a player and you make a bet, I think you get like 30 minutes, complimentary, regardless. But I mean, if you're making a bet, they basically take care of refunding the parking fee, which is like $10 for a 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason, first of all, and I've always said it, and it's joking, but it's true, that now when you pay for parking, let's say at the Venetian or at some other strip hotel, you're paying for the right to lose your money at the tables. That's that's basically what it comes down to. You're already going against a huge house expectation on these slots or the blackjack or whatever. You're already going against a house advantage. Okay, now you got to pay to take advantage of that house advantage, or to get the disadvantage of the house advantage. You got to pay for that right. But the thing that bothers me about it, aside from the fact, and a lot of places do have favorable terms. I think at a couple of places, if you got a local license plate other than a rental car, you get like 3 free hours or something, so you can go and have dinner. But that's where it hurts a lot of these strip hotels, who, especially during the week, when there's not as much traffic in town, but for conventions that, Monday to Tuesday or Thursday and Friday, but, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for a good part of the time, there's not a huge occupancy rate. And so these hotels that rent out space to restaurants have to rely on locals coming to eat on the strip. Well, why are they going to go and eat on the strip and pay $25 to park, and then have to pay $75 for an overpriced meal?
Yeah, it's absurd.
Yeah. Well, that's the lack of creativity.
Yeah, no, it's something needs to change there. The tourism's down. So
yeah, tourism. Yet revenues are up, and overall profit margins were up, I think, during the month of April. So
really,
anyway, yeah, that was a little bit surprising. I think downtown was slightly down, but the strip was up, I think, like 6% or something.
Okay,
but it's still a great place to go, of course, especially if you love sports and everything.
Yeah.
So, but they are not as they are relying, I think, more on the high rollers than on the average consumer that probably makes up about 80% of the tourism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, which is a shame, because as more states legalize gambling, not just sports betting, Vegas could have maintained its edge by saying, hey, we've done it for a century, we do it best, come on to Vegas and see how it's done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you're charging all these fees that how many people actually use the pool or something? Not as many, not everybody.
Right.
Okay. I don't think they should charge for parking as long as you're a guest at the hotel.
Yeah, I agree.
Resort, and by the way, the thing I don't like about resort fees, it's just that's just a bullshit way of not having to raise your advertised room rates.
I know. It's so dumb. Yeah.
Oh, we're still charging the same $79.95 for the room rate that we charged 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. $79.95 also happens to be the increase in resort fees over the last 2 years. So So I think they have some. I think they have some laws in there now that when you book rooms or car rentals or something, they have to show you the bottom line price that's going to be charged to you, and you can see all those little fees in there.
Right. Yeah.
And there's still no place I'd rather be than Vegas, but it's a lot different being a local than it is being a visitor from out of town.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. So you guys check out thelogicalapproach.com. Andy's adding the stuff to the site.
Yeah. Give it till probably about next Monday or Tuesday before there's anything that can be acted upon or inquired about.
Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, by the next time, by next week, you'll have that when you're on. So you'll be able to talk about that.
Next week we get to thrill everybody with the NFC North and the NFC South, I believe it is.
Well, one great division, one horrible division. So that'll be fun.
Well,
Uh,
one good division and one horrible division.
well,
I don't
yeah,
know. I
yeah.
don't know how. I mean, well, given your opinion of the Packers and to a lesser extent the Vikings,
Yeah.
wouldn't you think that it's Detroit and Chicago as the good, Minnesota, Green Bay as the average to below average?
I think Minnesota could be good if Murray stays healthy, but I don't trust that to happen. So I think to an extent, yeah.
I mean, that assumes that he gets the starting job.
Right, right. Well, I think Detroit could be, the Super Bowl contender, and I think the Bears are in there as well. So we have at least two Super Bowl contenders to talk about next week. And then the NFC South, which maybe one Super Bowl contender with the Saints. We'll see. It'll be fun to do that. Can't wait to get to those divisions because we can have a great play out of nowhere, even if the division sucks. So can't wait to talk about that. We'll be back next week with Andy. As far as me personally, no show tomorrow because my son is graduating from preschool on Friday morning, and the ceremony is at 9 a.m. So I'm going to try to get some sleep.
Now, do they actually get a cap and gown for that?
No, they haven't practiced.
Do they get diplomas?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I would think they would, just to reinforce
like a piece of paper. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
positive experience.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So
I was a valedictorian of my preschool.
You were?
I mean, not me. I'm just saying that's what someone could.
Okay.
I don't think they had preschool when I was around.
Really?
Well, I mean, remember back in those days, we're talking preschool. I would have been in the late 1950s. 5, 6, 7, 5 or 6 years old. The vast majority of women were not. They had nowhere near the percentage of women in the workforce that they've had since the mid to late 60s going until today. So a lot of the women were at home raising the children as opposed to going out working. As things have evolved and more opportunities opened up for women, the need or the desire for a second family income and the introduction of daycare centers in whatever form they had allowed more women to work, which again made preschool something as opposed to as opposed to daycare, which is almost the same thing, but the preschool at least gives you a head start.
Yeah, right. So
I'm sure back in my day I wouldn't have needed more than 2 or 3 years in preschool to get caught up to everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully not that much. Hopefully it would have been a lot quicker. Although I don't remember much about my elementary school. I don't know how they do it today. How do they break the schools down? When I went to school, we had kindergarten through 6th grade in the elementary school. Now my junior high school and high school were part of one property, and junior high was considered grades 7, 8, and 9. And 9 was actually freshman, but it was part of the junior high school. And then sophomore, junior, senior was 10, 11, 12. I don't know how they do it these days.
Oh, I'm just different everywhere. But I went to my grade school had kindergarten through 8th grade. So they
that was like junior high school as part of it.
Yeah,
we always considered elementary 1 through 6.
Yeah, same. And they did have a middle school near us. But our particular school was kindergarten through 8th.
And I think middle schools were largely 7, 8, and 9, or 7 and 8.
Well, ours I think is 6, 7, 8 here. Near my parents' house. So and then high school 9 through 12. So which it's different. Like I reference Boy Meets World sometimes with the show that used to be on ABC. They go to high school in 7th grade, which is very awkward because they're all the extras there are like 18 and they're like 13. So,
well, I think like when I grew up, we had let's say 4 elementary schools that were kindergarten through 6. Those 4 elementary schools all fed into the same junior high school, which was grades 7, 8. And actually, junior high school, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 were all housed in the same building. It was the 4 elementary schools that combined to go to the one junior, senior high school. And I think that I think it was grades 7 and 8 were in one part of the building, and 9, 10, 11, and 12 were in another part of the building. We shared the same gymnasium, the same swimming pool, same fields, etc. All 6 grades. May have been 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, or 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it was a lot different back then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sure things have changed, but it's different in so many places. So it's you can't really ask for
No.
like like what is it what is it like? Yeah, it's just different everywhere. So
No, because what the school format you went through is normal for you. Same thing for me.
Right.
But there's so many differences around the country as far as school districts and locations and the grouping of schools, the geography, etc.
Yeah,
So.
like for some classes, we actually went to the middle school. He took a bus like to take
Oh,
home ec or shop because they didn't
you
have
mean
that.
from school A, whatever it
Yeah,
was, you would take a bus ride to get to another school facility and then
yeah,
back to the original?
yep, yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, we had home ec there. We had shop there, depending on what time of year it was. So, yeah, it was I don't know why they just couldn't have it at our school, but they didn't. So I don't know. It was a good school. It was pretty small.
What town did you grow up in?
Philadelphia, like
In the
the
city?
yeah, the city. Yeah.
Oh, so what school did you go to?
My grade school, middle school was Greenberg Elementary.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
And then my high school is Central High School, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Yeah, where was that located?
It's in Alney.
Oh, okay. That's what, northeast?
Northwest.
Northwest, okay.
Yeah,
towards the main line?
No, it's near well, I mean, it's like it's near Broad Street. It's
611. Was it 611?
611, yeah.
Yeah. Goes up like to Cheltenham and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I went there. It's right next to LaSalle University.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we when I was on the swim team, we had swim meets at LaSalle sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Which
that's northeast then.
Northwest.
No, northwest. Why am I thinking of northeast? I'm thinking of Temple. I think I'm thinking of Temple.
Well, Temple's North Philly. And then northeast is where I grew up, which is
Cotman Avenue.
Yeah, the
Melrose.
Greater northeast, I guess. But yeah, Cotman would be northeast, like around like Bustleton, Somerton,
Melrose Diner.
Melrose Diner. That's familiar. I've never been to it, but I know of it.
I don't know if it's still around.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. So like around Bustleton, Somerton's like where I grew up in the far northeast. But yeah, it was like a half-hour drive to my high school. We used to carpool all the time.
Oh wow. You didn't have buses?
We did, but like the bus would be awkward. Like we'd have to take a 10-minute drive to get to the bus stop. It was it was strange. So we would take the bus home.
Our school buses went through like the neighborhood, and like one of the stops was like at the corner of my street and my neighbor's street, and then they'd go about 6 or 7 more blocks and have another place for people to gather, and then we'd all go on the main road that took us over to the high school, which was probably about 1.5 miles to 2 miles away from where I lived.
Yeah, we would sometimes take the bus home, but on the way there's one of our I had 2 other friends. One of the 3 parents would drive us. So it was either my mom or the 2 of the other dads would drive us. So but yeah, that was Central High School, of course, the second oldest public school in the U.S. And
what's the oldest?
I don't know. I never knew actually, but like our school was so old that we wouldn't say class of 2000. We would say 259, as in the 259th graduating class of Central. That's
this year was I went to Penn, and that was founded in 1740, and this is, I believe, the 276th or 86th graduating class. And in fact, in our alumni magazine, which just came in the other day, they actually had a history of the Penn graduation from 1776. Wow. They did some research about it was a class of 8 men. There was 8 men who graduated in 1776. Graduation was like about a month before the independence was declared.
That's
There's a
crazy.
lot of history with that, and I was just kind of interested in reading about 1776 and how things have changed. Of
Yeah,
course,
we
and there's still some places I still read about Smoky Joe's.
our high school was chartered in 1836.
Mm.
But yeah, it was it's been a while, huh?
What'd you say the oldest one was? The oldest school?
Um, I don't know. What is the oldest public high school?
Now you said that yours was the oldest in the U.S. or the oldest in
Second,
Philly?
second
Oldest.
oldest. Yeah. Um, let's see. Let's see.
Okay, Google. What was the oldest and second oldest high school in the U.S. that are still operating today?
Actually, it says 11th on Wikipedia.
Boston, Massachusetts, founded in 1635, is the oldest operating high school in the United States. The second oldest is Hartford Public High School in Hartford, Connecticut, which was established shortly after in 1638.
Interesting. Yeah, Wikipedia says we're 11th. I don't know why
Oh.
we were told second, but I don't know. Maybe there's
Make you feel good. You win
Yeah,
the
maybe,
Avis
I don't know.
Award.
I don't know. We did have Bill Cosby as one of our alumni, so I guess we.
Oh, it's funny. I was going through a list of commencement speakers at Penn over the years. I think the list goes back to like the 1930s. I think FDR was like one of the commencement speakers. Anyway, they talked about Bill Cosby, who was I think the commencement speaker in like 1988 or 89.
Nice.
And there's a little note there that says he received when he spoke, he received like an honorary doctorate degree.
Mhm.
And then like 8 years later, they showed that the doctorate degree was rescinded.
Oh man, not surprising, I guess.
I think my year we had the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court spoke, Warren Burger.
Oh,
And the
cool.
year before that, my junior year, President Ford spoke.
Oh wow.
And he had one of the greatest lines of ever. He said, "It is my honor to be speaking at the University of Pennsylvania, which consists of 17 institutions of higher learning, 18 if you include Smoky Joe's Bar." That was our local place, which is still around.
Nice.
A place I remember all too well.
Okay.
At least I remember the ceiling because I was looking up at it. But that's a different story. But no, that's nice.
Good times. Yeah.
A lot of good times there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I went to Penn State, which is 1855, so not as old as
No,
Penn, but
that's still a long time.
yeah,
That's still 100 and what?
Yeah.
80 something years, 70 something years, 171 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be the 200th anniversary in 29 years.
Whatever happened to the Joe Paterno statue? Did they like put it away in like storage or something?
I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. That was crazy when that went down. Yeah.
That was some crazy. That's like 15 years ago.
2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
The program's never really been the same. I wonder how it'll be this year without James Franklin.
I don't know. I mean, they've had some
hire?
really good years.
Who did they hire?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me.
I'm a bad alumnus. I don't know.
Oh.
Penn State football coach is Matt Campbell.
Oh,
from Iowa State.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I'll admit, like
when you said it, I remembered it, but I didn't remember it off the top of my head.
I never
do
knew
know that Franklin went to, I believe it was Virginia Tech.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I believe
so. I do a bad job of following college football. It's just so many things. There's so many transfers. Yeah,
it's not the same game. I've mentioned it. I probably go back 15 years saying this, and it's even more now. And I don't know how long it'll be. That colleges are going to just rent out players, and it'll be like the Ohio State University Incorporated football team.
Right.
And it won't involve students. It'll involve athletes that otherwise would not make it as students. They're not going to take up a student spot in class because they're not there for an education as much as another. There are still a lot of football players and other athletes are there for educations, but there are a lot who are good enough and know it, and others know it as well. Prepping for a professional career, whether it be hopefully for them in the U.S. or overseas or something. But at some point, with all the the NIL and everything, it's basically going to be that you will become employees of the university or the university's subsidiary athletic program or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
That's where it's headed. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And you know, and I can understand that because I mean, like I say, there are a lot of athletes who do go for the education and are thinking about, life after college or
Yeah.
any, or even pro career. But then there are a lot of people, and unfortunately, there's a lot of them who don't have any fallback plan. After I was just reading today an article about Gronk, who talked about how he like lived off his $50,000 signing bonus or something that his agent gave him when he first signed, and just saved everything else away. Didn't live a very grand lifestyle because he realized that the quote was that I read today. He said he understood early on that NFL stands for not for long. So he had to. I think Jerry Glanville was the one who came up with that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I heard that one.
Yeah,
and
it's true. It's definitely true.
And so they had to be prepared. But I mean, more, a lot of kids are going there for an education, and they happen to be good enough athletically to get an athletic scholarship, so they don't have to get all this debt for when they do graduate, whether they make the pros or not.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a situation where, or it could be just super conferences, but really with the NIL, as it's getting out of control, and there are the haves and the have-nots, there'll probably be at some point a restructuring of college football. I think they're talking about that in Washington, D.C. right now, trying to come up with some sort of national panel or something.
Yeah,
to propose a restructuring of the NCAA.
Yeah, I saw Saban testifying today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I agree. It's something's going to happen for sure. It's a complete imbalance right now.
Yeah.
You see in the results of the playoffs, all right, we're 3.5 hours.
And they're going to increase what next year to 24, I believe.
I know there's an increase.
Or at some point it's going to be. I know the NCAA basketball tournament's going to 76 next year.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Which I don't mind. I wouldn't mind. And I don't mind in college football if they get rid of the conference championship games.
That I think needs to go. Yeah. Thing of the past.
I happen to like them from a betting and a fan standpoint. The more football, the better.
Right.
But they don't. They need to have a better way of choosing the teams. I mean, Notre Dame got screwed last year.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Alabama got the benefit of that screw.
Right, and there's too many teams in these conferences for there to be a conference championship. So they
I know either that or what you do is you restructure a lot of the conferences to no more than maybe 12 teams. Because it's basically four. It used to be the Big Five with the Pac-12. Now the Pac-12 is back with basically the Mountain West and Oregon State, Washington State, and a couple of others.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the Pac-8, the Pac-10, the Pac-12 as we've known it.
Right.
Okay. So you basically have the Big 10, the Big 12, the ACC, and the SEC. And the SEC has 16 teams. I think the Big 10 has 18 teams.
It's crazy.
It's they are, and I think and it's really they really need to do something about the transfer portal.
Yeah.
In other words, right now you can transfer and play immediately. Well, I think that's fine. So you should be allowed one free transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In other words, if you played at Michigan in 2025, you can transfer to Minnesota for 2026 and play immediately.
Right.
But then if you transfer from Minnesota after a year, you have to sit out a year.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just, it becomes a bidding war. And, those who have the money basically will tell the kid, hey, you didn't play a lot last year. I'm going to pay you X amount if you decide to go to Purdue or something. Because one thing and you don't have it as much in college as you do in the pros because the number of athletes on a football team or a basketball team for that matter. One of the things that makes sports great, and we really used to see it in baseball all the time, is the continuity from year to year.
Yeah.
That there wasn't as much turnover as there's been like the last 30, 40 years, certainly in college basketball and college football, especially over the last 10 years, which is fine. I mean, I've never had any complaint about athletes getting paid. I've been,
Yeah, same.
I've been pro athlete getting paid for decades.
Yeah,
Okay, but I would like to see a little bit more fairness or equity out there, and and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're limited to a certain amount, but you should be limited in the amount of movement that you could make. Because, and again, it's because we still now when they stop realizing that it's not that you're no longer that it used to always be student athlete. Now with the money involved, it's athlete student.
right.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
if the NCAA still maintains the concept of student athlete, they have to put a little bit more emphasis on the student to not keep going from school to school to school because of the athlete part.
Right.
Otherwise, just come out and say, we're renting players for a year or two before they begin their pro careers or their professional careers or whatever they do. But
Yeah.
don't give us the student athlete stuff, because the NCAA couldn't care less about the student athlete, other than the fact that that athletes can get paid, and they can move around freely. I have no problem with free movement, but there has to be some sort of structure to it.
Yeah.
At least in my mind.
Yeah. I agree.
Otherwise, it's
Totally.
chaos, and and I'm not going to say it does make handicapping a little more difficult because of the constant changing of the composition of a roster from year to year, but that's overcomable. You
Right.
can overcome that. But I just think that from developing, I mean, I like what Cignetti has done at Indiana. He brought a lot of kids over with him from James Madison, and they had that outstanding season in 2024,
Mhm.
and then the perfect season in 2025.
Yeah.
And now they are a top 5 or top 6 pick for 2026, even though the cast will be different because they will have lost some players to graduation or transfer and fill it in. And he's building a nice program there. I think he's like 61, 62 years old. So, he's getting up there in years as far as his ability to go to the NFL. But he may be one of those coaches like a Woody Hayes or a Bo Schembechler or a Joe Paterno, who never really had much of an interest in going to the pros.
Right. Yeah.
They enjoyed, developing, their athletes from college kids into men.
Yeah.
They enjoyed the teaching aspect of being a coach.
Yeah, it's different. It's completely different. Yeah. It's,
Lou Holtz went to the pros, didn't like it, didn't have success. Nick Saban went to the pros, for a couple of years with Miami. Felt the college, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with giving it giving it a chance. Al Groh did the same thing, went to the Jets, then went back to college football.
Yeah.
So, it's a different game, but nonetheless, I love it, and I'll continue to love it.
Yeah.
More and more each year, and I think I mentioned early on that Lindy's came out with their college football magazine this week. Athlon was out last week, and the NFL should hit by the middle of June. And then we can really start getting a lot more information. And then, of course, we got for the college people the Phil Steele book, the Mark Lawrence book, which is great for people who bet football. It's a nice, thick, almost 300 pages, I think, on all college, all pro, with all point spread information and series history and things like that. So we can really start getting into it. And of course, there are lines out there that you can now bet, the early part of the college season, that week 0, which I think is 6 or 7 games now. And then the first full weekend of college football, and, week 1 of the NFL. And I think there's some other games up there for the NFL, so that you can do things like that. And, I know you and I really talk mostly NFL. Probably we can start doing some stuff on the early week 1 games, but probably once training camps open at the about 6 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think that's a good time for it. Yeah.
That's when we can start breaking that. That's when we can start breaking down the divisions a little. Well, we can do that beforehand as far as season win totals, but as far as we'll probably do it when we do season win totals as well as which teams we think present the best value for wagering to win division, to make the playoffs, things like that.
Yeah.
In addition to over/under season wins.
Right.
Now, I know you do. You like to do player props, season player props, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, those, yeah.
First firing of the year.
Yeah, those are always fun. Yeah.
Who will be the quarterback? Head-to-head quarterback matchups. For most yards, most touchdown passes, or whatever.
Right.
That stuff is out there now. So, lot to talk about. And next week, I think we finish up with the 2 divisions of the as I said earlier, NFC North, NFC South,
That's right. Yeah.
and
As I said, looking forward to it.
hopefully I will have more information on my strength of schedule analysis using the projected wins and
Okay. All
things
right.
like that.
Well,
So,
I am looking forward to it. And yeah, guys, as I said, no show tomorrow because my son is graduating preschool. So I have to get up 9 a.m. It's at 9 a.m. So I do want some rest. So we'll be back on Friday.
What's that
with,
about? What's that about? 4 or 5 hours?
God, I hope not.
Well, will you get to sleep earlier tomorrow night?
As far as sleep, yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean,
9 o'clock is the graduation.
yeah.
How many kids in the class, roughly?
12.
Oh, that's
Well,
that's a very small class.
Well, his
it's
one
preschool.
class, but the school
Yeah.
has multiple classes.
Graduation.
So, right. Yeah. I mean, everyone's moving up. Like there's
What are the
kindergarten,
ages? Like 4 to 6,
it's 3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay.
Yeah. He's 4. So
Yeah. So
we're in the
let's see
middle.
if I got the ceremonies correctly. Ceremony is at 9. Milk and cookies are at 10:30.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It might be even faster than that. We'll see. But
Well,
yeah,
congratulations to all to
thank you.
you and the wife and the
Yeah.
young
It's
lad.
Cool. Yeah, it's cool.
And his sister for behaving during the ceremony.
Let's hope so. We'll see.
She'll bring her doll with her, or something like that.
Yeah.
Does she have like a favorite inanimate friend?
It changes every day. She sleeps with like
okay.
a million stuffed animals.
Oh.
There's like
so
some.
So she's sleeping around, is what you're saying?
There's so many stuffed animals in her bed. It's crazy. And like I don't know how she like, but she uses one as a pillow. You know, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Do they all have names?
I mean, they're known like Dino from Fred Flintstone. Like you know, like they actually they're known animals. You know, on TV and whatnot. Like there's.
Oh, okay. So she doesn't give them names. She goes by the names for the characters they represent.
Yeah.
From cartoons or whatever.
Right. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, we'll be back Friday with Tom, and then next week normal schedule. So guys, thank you so much for watching, commenting. Please hit
by the way, when does Evan start weekly? Is that like going to be in like August?
Sure he'll pop in here and there. But obviously, you know, when we I think last year he did the week before week 1. So it'll be
so that's like Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I know he goes away during the summer. So
that's right. Yeah, I think he goes up to a camp or something. I think he is involved. I think with leadership or something like that.
Yeah. So you're right. So yeah, he's I don't even think he has internet up there. So yeah, so he can't do it anyway until late August. So
what's he got to use? Carrier pigeon or
I don't know. Send a raven. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you know, it's really hard to imagine. And I know what it's like up there, like in the Catskills or the Adirondacks, but you know, there's not that far from a huge metropolitan areas. But
right.
I have to believe by now that, well, except for where I live, where they still rely on 4G.
Mm-hmm.
They keep saying, "Well, our work is almost done in rebuilding and refitting the tower for 5G, probably just in time for 6G." But no, I mean that there's probably very few places, except in the wide open spaces where there are no, communities, and it's like just land that goes for 10s or 20s of miles, circumference around. That most places have internet connectivity, but then again, I don't know because I've always been in a roughly suburban or metropolitan area.
Right. Yeah. I'm not an outdoors type of person, so I don't even like being in my backyard.
No. No grilling hot dogs and steaks on the grill.
I'm not. I usually don't. I don't grill a lot. I don't mind when I do. But I don't know. I just. Do
you have a pool in the backyard or not?
My parents have a pool. I don't have one. It's a townhome community, so we can't.
Oh, okay. And your parents are close by, I believe.
Yeah, they're like 8 minutes away. So,
okay.
Yeah, the kids want to swim, they could just take
8 minutes, depending on lights.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's a quick trip, so it's not too bad.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, like I said, we'll be back Friday. So thank you for watching. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, and visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. I'll have our results on the site. So if you just wanted to kind of remember what we talked about, but don't want to rewind, you can see that. But yeah, we'll be
Oh,
back.
is that what you do? You post our wins and losses, or our forecasts?
It's right here. Yeah, so you can see on the screen. This is from last week.
Yeah.
These are our results. Bengals winning this division.
There are a couple. Those will be revised.
Yeah.
Probably within the next month.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you on Friday.